good point. I'm giving my
Nightmarish
condolences.
reality is what you're supposed to be describing. Not ideal. Not an ideal situation. No, I think not. Not the ideal.
So you said, well, are you trying to say it is
One
ideal?
second,
Are you
one
trying
second,
to say
one
it's
second.
ideal?
I right now am looking at a room that I have
Are you
to
trying to
tile.
claim it's ideal?
Yeah. The word ideal doesn't, sound right.
So you're
In
trying
the
to claim
face
it
of
is
things.
ideal?
You get what I'm saying?
Listen, what I was trying to give my condolences. Listen, I'm saying that what happened with your friends and family was
Your
it was that
condolences are not acceptable. The word ideal doesn't match. Do you understand? It's not tracking.
okay?
Okay,
It
so
still doesn't give you a right to judge me.
Would it be not ideal if I did the same thing to you and your family?
That's different. Why are you? Come on.
No,
Why
I'm just wondering,
Oh,
how
why
would
is
you
it
look at it if I
different?
took your mommy, your daddy, your daughters, your children, your
Bro,
your wife,
that's not
anybody
that's
else?
my mom. Like that's
If I did
you're
that, if I
crossing a
did that
line.
to you, would that be
Oh,
ideal or not ideal?
That's my mom. You're crossing a
yeah,
line.
so it's
No,
clearly
no.
different
That's
for
my
him.
brother. Listen.
It's about him.
That's Mushroom's brother. That's Mushroom's brother. That's my loved ones. And so you're crossing a line when you say it's not ideal. So
I was literally saying in defense of you, like that's not good. Like people shouldn't be doing that.
I don't need your defense.
Do you know
Can
what I
I'm
mean?
can
telling
I
you that
just get one thing?
your religion is the reason why this happened.
Can I
Listen,
get just get your opinion on one thing? What do
of
you
course,
think of your apostasy law in Islam? Because your prophet said, "Whoever changes his religion, kill him." Okay, and that's what Rita. She's got
it's one of those
fatwas.
ones.
Just one
It's
second. Rita has
okay.
got fatwas on her head. Her life is in danger
I
because
see.
your prophet ﷺ said what he said in his sunnah. Because she's an ex-Sunni. Can you tell me what? Like, why doesn't Rita have the right, according to you, to speak badly about Islam and expose it, okay, for the murderous cult that it is?
It,
Why?
it,
Why?
so if you want to talk apostasy laws, it's one of those ones. It's not you're taking it too concrete. It's meant to be like a kind of like a deterrent. Like don't do it. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Just
a
like
deterrent.
kind of.
So a deterrent is what whoever changes his religion, unalive him, take his life, is a deterrent, is it? So it's
You
not
know,
a
just
law
like
that is
listen.
being
Like,
practiced in Sharia?
every group tries to keep members. Is that correct? Yes or no?
No,
No,
that's not how it works. Only
no.
cults do that.
No.
Only
But
cults.
like for example, like certain like places, like I'll go to the snooker club and they do like a stamp system, and that I mean, it's not. And
A
they
stamp
like it
system.
encourages you to keep going. Yeah, I'll play snooker on the
It
weekends, and
encourages
they
you. Okay. Okay.
so
So,
everyone's got
to
a
me,
deterrent.
if you think about it, like if you think about it logically, if you apply logic, the fact that Muhammad says whoever changes his religion, unalive him, it's for the simple fact that Islam is false. And the minute you start digging into Islam, you find out it's false. You want to leave it, and you find yourself trapped, a prisoner of Islam. Because now, the minute you leave it, they punish you by unaliving you, taking your life. That's the way I look at it. That's the only thing. That's the only way it would make sense.
It's to encourage people to stay. You're reading into it too
To
much.
encourage. So instead of giving the people an actual motive, okay, to stay in Islam by being a peaceful religion, by being a holy religion, by having a relationship with God Almighty, instead of making him into this immoral monster, okay, that tells you to go and fight the people who disbelieve in him. So that is motivation. Oh, well, just by the way, if you leave Islam, we'll come and chop your head off, just so we can motivate you to be a Muslim.
You're making it sound worse than it is.
Oh, it's worse than it is it? I'm making it sound worse than it is. Then
Just
why is it that in
tell
your
us one thing,
hadith?
please. Okay.
Of course,
Just tell us one thing.
of course.
Is it worse than it is when we've seen these people being unalived? I'm just curious. How
Oh,
are you telling us that it's worse than it is, right? When we're describing it, yet we're telling you we saw things. Okay, I would go past a field in Saudi Arabia, right? In an area called the Riyadh. Okay, and
okay.
basically from the highway, right? There would be a spot where you could actually see across, right, into this field. And then you'd see about 1,000 people in the middle of, midday, basically, right? And these people are chopping off heads. You want to tell me how it doesn't sound as bad as it is, or maybe even more terrifying, when I tell you that every single Wednesday, every single Thursday, every single other Monday, it was quite normal for us to see poor innocent human beings having their heads chopped off for leaving Islam.
Listen, and like I already said,
Is it,
that's
I
not
mean,
good.
I'm just wondering, is it as bad as it is, or is it not as bad as it is?
Like I said earlier, that's not good, but it still doesn't give you the right to judge people based on their faith. And you know
No.
that.
So
And you know
then
that.
you have the right. Just wait a second. So according to Islam and Sharia law, you have the right to judge me for leaving Islam and even lop off my head. But yet I should think, you know what? It's not as bad as it is, man. They're only taking off my head. It's okay, Mushroom.
You're making
Yeah,
it.
it's
You're
alright.
exaggerating.
It's
You're
alright.
taking
I
it
mean,
out.
it's only a
ideal,
sword
yeah,
to
you
the
see?
neck. It's nothing, you know. It's
Well,
only a
well,
sword
It's
to the
not. It's
neck.
not ideal, Mushroom. But I should learn to live without
It's
my
not
head.
ideal.
Yes.
Yes.
Let's
not
have a serious
ideal.
conversation. What do you actually have against Islam?
Is this guy like okay? All
Like, what
these
have you
things that
got
we've been
against
saying.
I just told you the fact that you guys
Okay,
can do it to
apart from
children.
that, apart from that,
I'm
what
telling
else?
I'm telling you now. The fact that you can look at an innocent little 5-year-old and be attracted to her, and your schlong goes pew, pew, pew,
No, you'll definitely.
and then
take
you
that
got
out of
you
context.
also
Context,
go
yes,
after little
yes.
boys, and it's halal to go after little boys and little girls and do it with them, and it's also halal for you to come into my house, a Christian, and make me your sex slave and sell me off into sexual bondage forever and
You're
ever.
acting like if you're Muslim you have to do that. That's the option that's there. But you
No,
don't
no,
have
no,
to
no,
do
no,
it.
no, no, no,
The
no, no, no,
option
no,
is
no.
there.
If you are a Muslim, you have to do that because it's not just an option. It's what Allah has bestowed upon
Okay,
you.
so because some people might go down that route, that means every Muslim does that. Come on, man.
So
Why are
I'm
you-
just asking you: are you saying
you're
that you
arguing in
wouldn't
bad
do that?
faith.
I'm asking you if today you sound like a British person, so I'm going to assume that you're in Britain. So if today Sharia law was actually established in the UK, it will never happen. But if it were, okay, you're telling me that you would not, under any circumstance, practice what Muhammad practiced as Sunnah.
Give me examples of what?
Okay, Muhammad taking sex slaves.
I'm a man who's got needs.
Nino.
Yeah, wait.
The answer is no.
He said,
The answer is no.
I'm a man who's got needs, is what he said.
No, but
What
listen,
do you mean by
using-
that,
no,
sir?
Wait, you're
What do
taking me out of
you
context.
mean by that? You're
So
a man.
you know when you
and
say
you got needs.
slavery,
After Rita asks you about sex slaves, what do you mean?
when you say slavery, you're thinking of it like chattel slavery, like
Oh, exactly. That's exactly what it is.
no, it was more
Mushroom. Listen to this, yeah?
Let
He
me
comes
speak,
into
let me
my
speak,
house,
let me
a
speak.
Christian. Wait. Let me draw a picture, okay? You, the Muslim, come into my house, a Christian, right? You see all my crosses and me covered up with my cross on my chest. And then you say to yourself, you know what? I have needs. Bend right now. To what?
Stop! You're being graphic. Of course, it's going to sound bad when you're being graphic.
okay.
I see. Are you going to romance me? Oh, hello, Rita. It's just me.
I can't lie, you do sound kind of attractive.
I just want to
there's
have
something about
my
you that
way
makes
with you.
I don't know. You do sound kind of attractive. There's something about you.
Yeah.
like,
So does that sound more nice to you?
Yeah. Oh, no, but like when you
Where
say
you
the whole-
snicker at me? Where you cackle at me? I am going to stick
Okay, you don't sound
right
attractive
now.
when you do that.
Is that
This is-
what's going to happen?
No, but you know when you say the slavery thing, yeah, you're getting it twisted. It was like a paternal, benevolent form of slavery. It was like a.
You tell me.
It was,
Just wait
it
a
was
second.
closer to indentured servitude.
Was Maria al-Qibtiyya married to Muhammad?
Say that again.
Was Maria the Copt married to Muhammad?
I don't know.
I see. So when he took her, no, let's take this step by step. So when Muhammad takes Maria al-Qibtiyya, the Coptic woman who was Christian, and he enslaves her, right? And then he takes her to Hafsa's bed and has his way with her, right? Even though she's not married to him, right?
Yeah.
That is normal to you.
At the end of the day, men are always going to enjoy the spoils of war, and you know that. We all know that.
There you go.
So I'm going to be a spoil of war.
You listen. Why
So
are you making it personal?
No, I have to. I have to know what's coming, right?
Well,
In your
personally, I don't know
head,
what
in
you
your
look like.
head, this in your head, this whole thing plays out, and I'm going to be a spoil of war. So if you don't unalive me and my children and my husband, right, whom I love very dearly, right, and I end up surviving by some horrible fate, right? The option that I have is either to become your schmeck slave, or
Don't use that word.
die,
Don't use that word.
or die.
That's what it is. That's
All
what your
right,
Allah uses
doing
in
it
the
is
Quran.
fine.
No, but
Doing
you're
it is
thinking
fine,
like
but having a name for it is bad. I see.
It was like a paternal, benevolent form of slavery. It
I
was
see.
like
What kind of paternal
What?
relationship causes a man to schmecks a woman who doesn't belong to him?
No, but it was like, you need to put into context. It was closer to like forced employment.
Forced employment. I see. So my punani becomes your territory.
No. Like they had this.
I'm just wondering, Yani, how am I supposed to look at this? I'm supposed to look at my body now as some kind of object, and I'm going to be like,
Is that-
oh no,
is
it's
that
okay,
any different
it's
then?
okay. I'm just a spoil of war. He's only doing what is normal. So yeah, Napoleon, I'm here. But
No. But you had to perform. Hear me out. You had to perform certain.
So could I say no? Could I say
Yeah.
no? Could I say no?
No.
I can't say no.
But you have to perform.
Can
certain
I say
acts from a ti-
no? Can I say
mean,
no?
No, you can't. But that's
Why
neither
can't
here
I
nor
say
there.
no? Why
That's
can't
great.
I say no? Excuse me.
That's great.
Excuse me. Why can't I say no?
That's neither here nor there.
Why no? It is exactly here. It is exactly here and there. I want to know, why can't I say no?
You get fed very well. You get clothed very well.
No, thank you. I could do that for
hell is
myself.
wrong
When
with
I'm
this guy?
listen, I run 3 businesses. I don't need anybody to feed me or
but
to
I'm
clothe
talking
me.
this
I'm actually
hypothetical that
quite
we're talking
wealthy.
about.
I need you to help me understand. Why can't I say no?
Listen, these quotation mark slaves
Why
are,
can't
are
I
afforded a lot
say
of rights.
no?
In ways, they've got more rights than normal
Why can't I
free
say
citizens
no?
in the West. You know what
I just
mean?
asked you a question. You said I can't say no. So why can't I say no? What would happen?
I don't know. What do you mean, like Islamic? What do you mean by law?
Why can't I say no?
I don't know.
So you think that I have no rights to say no, yet you don't know why I can't say no?
I mean,
Okay.
I mean,
let me see.
clues-
Let me see. No. Hold on. Let me see if I reverse the roles a little bit. Let's say that I'm in your position now. I'm the Christian. I come into your house. I tell you, you have no choice. You cannot say no to me. I am going to take your wife, your children. I'm going to take everything that you hold dear, and I'm even going to take
That's
you.
different.
No, it's not different. It's exactly the same. I want to know if you have empathy in you. I want to know if it's okay for
course,
me.
I'll
If
give
I
my
want to know,
condolences several times about-
excuse me. I'm still talking. If I said to you, I want to do exactly what you're about to do to me, to you, right? And I'm going to force you in ways that you could never even, your mind could never comprehend.
What are you still a woman in this hypothetical?
No. I'm telling you. I can have horrific ideas. So I'm asking you, can I then, right, do exactly what you do in a different way, and you can't say no? And would that be acceptable to you?
Would define acceptable?
You just said that I can't say no, and you don't know why. I'm asking you. I'm asking you with the same.
Let me speak. The clue is in the word
You just
slavery.
said. You just asked me to explain. I'm explaining it to you, dude.
The clue is in the word slavery, which you used.
I'm explaining it to you in the exact same way that you explained it to me. So now that you said that I can't say no, right? I'm going to, change the dynamics a little. Okay. Instead of me being the one saying no, it would be you. Okay. So I'm going to hope that you'll have an answer for this. If it were you on the other end, right? If it were you in my shoes, and I were about to do to you and your family unspeakable things, would you want to be able to say no and then have
Why are you
the
making
freedom
this
to
sound
walk
hot,
away?
man? Why are you making this sound hot?
Would you want the freedom to walk away unscathed, freely, and nothing happens to you? Or would you want a world where you would have to be forced to submit to my wants and my desires?
So, wait. So are you saying if I was your schmeck slave? Is that what you're saying?
I'm going to do to you. Listen, I'm going to sell you.
Why would
How
I
about
say
that?
no to
Listen. In this idea, okay, it would be Mushroom. Can you please 1 second? Okay, I'll be right back. Okay.
What?
Did I, Mushroom? Did I hear all right? So the tables would be turned, and I would be. So I'm getting clothed, I'm getting
Stop.
fed, and I'm getting
Stop.
free naan. Why would I say no to
Stop.
that?
Stop. You're embarrassing yourself, bro. because
I'm not.
everyone has the right to exist freely, do what he wants. So if I come and imply, okay, if I come and enslave you, okay, and take
If
your
you do it,
wife,
that's
make
different.
her my right hand possession, as your Allah says in the Quran, because now I have taken her as a right hand possession, okay. Now I
Hmm.
am free to do with her what I please while you're still alive.
What,
Would you
my
like
wife?
that, my friend? Would you
Did
like
you
that?
say my wife?
Yes. Would
Well,
you
no,
like
no,
that?
no, that's wrong. But the
Then
situation
stop.
she
Then
was saying,
stop.
that
That's
sounds
what
like
Allah
paradise, bro.
said in the Quran. This is what Allah said in your Quran, in
No,
your
no, no,
supposed
but
holy
Mushroom,
book.
hear me out. I think there's some confusion in Mushroom. Hear me out. The situation that Rita said, that sounded like paradise to me, bro.
Oh my God, these people are unbelievable, man.
Did you hear what she said?
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Okay, I'm going to clarify for him, okay? Let me help you understand what I just said, okay? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I could hear you.
Okay, so what I'm saying to you is if the tables were switched, okay, the tables were turned, and rather than me and my family being on the chopping block, right, it would be you and your
And
family.
wait, would you be the aggressor?
I'm not done, dude.
Okay.
And if I were unable to say no in this weird, situation in your head, the one you're imagining, in my head, I'm saying, okay, let me do what he thinks is okay to do to me, to him and his family. Would you be
Yeah.
okay with it? Would you be okay?
Wait, so if the tables were turned
Yes. Would you be okay with it?
and it was you, I mean,
Would you be okay with it?
if you look anything like your AI picture,
No.
yeah.
You think I'm going to touch you with a stick? Are you crazy? I would
That's
never
what you're
come anywhere near you.
implying.
I'm going to listen to me. The idea is that because Muhammad sold his sexual slaves, right, into perpetual slavery, I would have to then practice what he did to you. I would have to put you under that exact same strain. So I'm going to take you, sell you to maybe Umar ibn Khattab, because Umar ibn Khattab liked to take it the other way around. He swung the other direction. So I'll give you to someone like him who will do to you unspeakable things.
No, that's different. That's different. No,
No,
Oh,
it's
different
exactly
now.
the same.
Okay.
It's exactly the same. I'm a woman. I have feelings.
I
You're
prefer
a
the
man.
other
You have
scenario you were talking about.
suddenly, guys, listen to this. Suddenly, Napoleon does not want to be raped. Suddenly, Napoleon does not seem, too eager to. It's not ideal. It's not
I
ideal.
prefer the other scenario you were talking
But it's
about.
not ideal, my good man. No, see, it's not ideal for you to touch me. I'm a germaphobe. I do not like men anywhere near me, and Mushroom knows this about me. So it's not ideal for you suddenly that I should do what I think is natural. I mean, in the Islamic world, what do you mean? What do you mean? I can take your babies too and do the same,
Bro,
and your
why would
wife
you do that to
too,
my kids,
and your mother
bro?
and your father too.
Wait, no, time out. Why would you do that?
And they'd be lucky to be listen.
Wait.
Under Muhammad's law, they'd be lucky to be alive. If they didn't actually
so-
allow me to do that to them, they would actually have to die. I mean, and I don't want them to die. I want them to live.
So wait, so when
They're worth
Muhammad, so
more.
it's not fair for you if Rita comes to your house, take your kids and do with them what she pleases. It's not fair, is it?
Yeah, cool. But well, she does stuff to my kids. Of course not, bro.
No, it's not. Okay, well, let's have a look at what Muhammad did,
Come
actually.
on,
This is
please.
from your
You said-
own. This is from your own sunnah. This is Al-Imam Muhammad bin Idris al-Shafi'i. This is a Shafi'i school of
I
thought.
can't read Arabic. I can't read Arabic.
Yeah, I don't care if you read Arabic or not. I have the sources in Arabic. This is your Islam in Arabic. It talks about slavery here.
Do you want to show me the English version?
It says قد باع رسول الله سبي بني قريظة من أهل الحرب والصلح فبعث بهم ثلاثة ثلثا إلى نجد وثلثا إلى تهامة وهؤلاء مشركون أهل الأوثان والثلثا إلى الشام وأولئك مشركون فيهم الوثنة وغير الوثنة وفيهم الولدان مع أمهاتهم. Your Prophet ﷺ, he sold people, mothers with their children. He sold them as if they are a form of merchandise.
Listen, that was back then.
Your prophet was nothing but a human trafficker, is what your prophet was.
Mushroom. Can you do us a favor, because Carly, prostitute, wants to read. Carly prostitute wants. Carly prostitute wants. Actually, shh, be quiet. Carly prostitute actually wants to read this in English. Can you copy and paste and show her what it actually means?
Yeah.
Don't be rude to Carly, man.
Okay, I'll
Napoleon,
do it.
just let Carly prostitute learn for once. Because see, I don't stalk anybody, Carly. You just happen to be in my way. I don't know why. You're always in my way. And suddenly you're here. I didn't invite you. Imbecile. Yet it's not a problem. Carly, we'll show you what your house will be turned into. Because, it's crazy.
So Carly, me and Carly together, she actually did revert to Islam.
I know. That's why she likes being a prostitute.
Congratulations, you're now a pagan. MashaAllah. MashaAllah. On the pagan.
Why
It's
you
fine. I
being
mean,
Yeah,
I think it's quite normal for a woman to want to sell her children, for a woman to want to sell her punani, for a woman to want to
Nah,
sell. And
don't
it's a
be-
lot
don't
of
be
things. You know,
saying weird
business
stuff
is
like
business
that.
after all, right? It's quite normal because Islam actually allows it. Muta and what all.
We don't have kids together. I've got kids from a previous
Sure,
marriage.
Napoleon.
previous
Listen to me.
marriage.
Well, she's too old to have children. She's in her 50s. Yeah, and how is she going to have children?
Why are you being so personal?
No, I'm not being personal. This is a fact. I mean, if I were 50, I wouldn't be able to have children.
Listen, just because you're a baddie, you shouldn't what I mean?
If I'm 50, I'm saying a biological fact. If I'm
Yeah.
50 years old, okay, there would be no way in hell I'd be able to have children.
I mean, there's a couple cases with people.
Like who?
Well,
Abraham's
the oldest
wife,
mother
Sarah?
ever was actually in her 60s, bruv.
Who?
The oldest mother ever was actually in her 60s.
Who?
Google it, bruv.
You mean the
There
woman
are
who
cases,
actually
Rita,
had
there are
wait,
cases.
the woman who carried her own babies of her daughter's babies planted in her? I see. Or the one who actually got
Listen, Rita, I feel like there's some sexual tension between us that's not being addressed.
the woman who actually had to purchase an egg in order to place it inside of herself at 6 years old, and then she actually inseminated herself and then had the child. In vitro fertilization, basically. My father's, field, medical field to be exact.
Rita, I feel like there's some sexual tension between both of us that's not getting addressed.
No, it is getting addressed, sir. I just want to know. At 50, I couldn't possibly have children. And Carly not having children is quite normal. I mean, it's just, Hello?
I'm still here. I'm letting you.
Yeah,
do
well, I
your
said a
little-
natural thing. You kind of went after me for it.
I'm letting you do your little monologue. You know what I mean?
Was it a monologue? I was telling you a medical
You've been
fact.
monologuing the entire.
It's a
life,
medical fact. At 50, after 50, there's no way in hell.
man. Listen,
No way in hell. Unless the woman has saved her eggs.
there's
By the
miracles
time she
out
was
there.
like
You know this.
anywhere
There's
between
miracles
20
out
and
there,
40.
you know this.
Let me teach you something you don't know. Anywhere between 20 and 40, a woman can save her eggs, okay? And then have those eggs fertilized and then placed inside of
He's
herself.
gonna take this out of
Then
context.
she can have children. But that's not natural
Yeah.
anyway. Let's read.
No, Mushroom's
Yeah.
taking this out of context.
Carly,
I'm taking it out of context. I
read.
haven't even said anything yet, Ya Abdul. Here, islamweb.net. Okay, this is your Islamic library. This is a book by Al-Shafi'i, the same book I showed you. Okay, now in captivity. Okay, by Al-Shafi'i. Here, may Allah bless him and whatever. He said, if a woman, men, and children are taken captive and then taken to the land of Islam, there's nothing wrong with selling them to men from among the people of war, the people of peace, and the Muslims. The Messenger of Allah ﷺ ransomed the captives and they returned to Mecca even though they were his enemies and fought him after the ransom, and was gracious to them, and they fought him after he had bestowed favor upon them, and he ransomed a man for 2 men. Likewise, there's nothing wrong with selling adult captives from among the people of war and peace. And if a child is with one of his parents, pay attention, and if a child is with one of his parents, there's nothing wrong with him being sold by the people of war and peace. And no funeral prayer should be offered for him if he dies. Look at how merciful
Can I
Islam
offer
is,
some
guys.
context? Can I offer some
Look,
context?
look. The Messenger of Allah, the context is all here, sold the captives of Banu Qurayza from among the people of war and peace. So he sent them in 3 groups, 1/3 to Najd and 1/3 to Timma. And these were polytheists who worshipped idols, and 1/3 to Asham. And these were polytheists. Among them were pagans and non-pagans. and among them were children with their mothers. He sold them. I did not know of
Wow.
any of them who had been devoid of their mothers. If a child was born
romantic.
devoid of his mother, I did not think he should be sold except to a Muslim. Regardless of whether he was a Muslim or not, the captives were from the people of the book, from non-people of the book, because Banu Qurayza were people of the book. And those whom the Prophet ﷺ described as being gracious to were from the people of the book. He did show favor to some of the people of the book, but they were not unalived. A blind man from Banu Qurayza, the people of the book, was unalived, Killed, okay, after being taken captive. A blind man was unalived by your prophet after being taken captive. And they say this indicates the unaliving of those who do not fight among the adult men if he refuses Islam or paying the extortion money, the jizya.
So you're telling me you've never made a mistake? You've never done anything bad in your life?
Stupid. This guy's
Muhammad did
actually
it, you
stupid.
weirdo.
This guy's actually stupid.
I'm stupid because I'm not taking things out of context.
You're actually like slow. That's your problem. You're either slow or you're playing dumb. So you don't have to answer any of the questions that we're throwing at you. Because you come up here defending a religion, you don't even know. You're defending a religion you don't even know, okay? You don't even speak the language of Allah, the only language that Allah could understand. Okay?
I'm sorry, I'm not
You don't
Arab.
know
What do you want me
anything.
to say?
You don't know anything.
I'm sorry,
Then
I'm
why
not
do you
Arab.
become a
Actually-
Muslim if you
actually,
don't even know
Napoleon,
the
where are you
history of
from?
Islam, my friend?
I'm of Pakistani heritage.
Okay, in Pakistan, right this very second, because I've been to Pakistan for my best friend's wedding. We know each other in
Gonna go
Saudi Arabia. In
for
Saudi
hours,
Arabia, we have many Pakistanis, and so I have
Yes,
two bestest friends. We grew up together, okay? And so,
Guys, can you like the live? Like, what is this?
yeah, guys like the live. So guess what? When I went to Pakistan, and this was like sometime in 2015, okay?
Yeah.
2017, something like that, okay?
Yeah.
I think it was 27, maybe 2016. Okay. So anyway, I go to your country for the first time, and the horror of having to watch little children who are owned outright by other men. Okay. And these children are so horrified, so completely, besides themselves. They look so hopeless, right? And everybody knew that they were owned by somebody who was making them do unspeakable things.
Yeah.
You want to tell me how these things are happening in Pakistan, and then again within the Pakistani community in Britain, in places like, I don't know whether it's called Randon or Brighton or Brandon or something like that. Bradford, yeah.
That's where I'm from, actually.
Yeah, I get it, but in Britain, it's well known that the Pakistani community are doing this.
At the end of the day, you need to realize, is slavery wrong?
No, I'm asking you
Oh my God.
if it's happening. Do you understand that slavery can take many shapes and forms, especially in today's world?
I'm saying
Okay,
it's wrong.
so then schmexual slave. Listen to me, please. Okay, this is not. Listen, you sound like a lovely guy. I mean, you're saying no to everything, but you actually didn't say no to having your way with.
Yo, guys, follow me here.
Yeah, because you sound gorgeous. Like, I'm not gonna, you know what I mean?
Well, why? Thank you. But anyway, that's beside the point. I'm asking you why it is that your Pakistani community also engage in that type of activity. If it wasn't halal, they wouldn't. But because they know it's halal,
every
they are.
culture has its pros and cons.
You do understand that it's not culture; it's your Islam. Your Pakistani community. Your Pakistani community knows. Stop. Your Pakistani
follow me
community
here too.
knows. Your Pakistani community knows very well what is in the Sharia and what the historical context of taking sexual slaves is like. And so they take little children, they prey on them, they're predators of the worst kind. They take these children, do unspeakable things to them, and then they say, "Oh no, but this is our religion; it's halal." So now their defense is our religion allows it. So what?
Listen, age, and we can all agree on this. This is scientific. Age is a social construct. You need to realize the
Is
way
it a
people
social
measure.
construct?
Construct.
Who said that? Who said that?
So the way we calculate age, I mean, look, it's arbitrary. Like we calculate age based on years, based on how many rotations, how many laps the Earth does around the sun. Like that is a social construct, is it not?
By who made this up?
So you don't calculate age based on like how many years and that.
I'm asking you, who made it
Thank you,
up?
Aisha Ibex.
Who made it up? I'm not sure who made it up. Well, who made up the concept of a year? I don't know.
I'm asking you. So you don't know how okay, so this is your problem, right? You forget that the calendars within the Jewish religion come from God. God gave us the time of day. He gave us a time of a week. He gave us a time of month. He gave us a time of year. So for you to come here and then say, oh no, it's just a social construct, when God was the one who actually dictated to us what time is and how we're to use it, right? And he tells us one of those days is a day of rest and you're to keep it holy. He already let us know. And then he says, when a child is 1 year old, when a child is 2 year old, when a child is 3 years old, he even counts a month when a child is 8 months old, when a child is this month old. He counts these months because they actually have meaning. Yet you in Islam don't know what a child is because guess what? You don't have a calendar. Why? Because your calendar starts circa Hijrah.
I feel like if I could add on that, I feel like in modern Western society we put.
I'm not asking you about modern Western society, which is actually a Christian society, because they're basing their laws off of Judeo-Christian laws. Which you have to abide.
What I'm saying is,
you have to abide by the way.
What I'm saying is, we mollycoddle children. We put them in bubble wrap. Do you know what I mean? Whereas it was
listen. I see. So then they have to be graped.
Why do you have to be so graphic?
No, you just said it. They have to be covered in bubble wrap because while we are protecting our children from predators, such as the ones in Bradford or Brantford, whatever it is, right? Such as the ones there, you think that we protecting our children is basically covering them in bubble wrap.
What I'm saying,
because the option, listen to me.
You're using no. Hear me out.
The alternative is that our boys stop. The alternative is our daughters would be turned into shmek slaves. The alternative is our boys would be turned into bachabazi. So take your pick.
Listen, baby girl, let me respond. It's one of those.
I'm not your baby
ones.
Girl. Again, you're disrespecting me, and I'm telling you for the last time. Don't call me this.
It's one of those ones where like. You're using the word great, bruv. Like, have you ever thought what is a consensual two-way relationship?
Excuse me? How do you form that two-way relationship with a 7-year-old child?
You're wording it in a way that makes it sound bad.
I'm wording it in a way that is actually very direct. I want to know how you're going to form that two-way relationship, okay? That depraved two-way relationship with a 7-year-old child, with a 5-year-old child. Explain that to me.
You're using the word depraved. You're using emotionally charged language.
I'm saying that to you because you're the one who said that there is a way to create a two-way relationship. So help me understand. How do you form a two-way relationship? Excuse me. How do you form a two-way relationship that is not platonic in any sense of the word? Okay, but that is in fact going to be schmexual. So how do you form a relationship that is two-way within that context with a 5-year-old child?
Hear me out. I'm not going to use the word child. I'm going to use the word younger person because I feel like you're using emotionally charged.
I see. So now they're no longer children. They're young people.
Well, they are people. They're not our children. Not people now.
I see. So now they're not children anymore, guys. The word child is out. The word is the young people.
No, but
why? Because you see.
Hear me out. What?
Oh, stop. What you just did right there is very telling because the PDFs of our children no longer to be called children because the PDFs want to be called minor attracted. Okay?
I'm aware.
Apparently, he married his wife when she was 14. This guy.
No. You just told me. You just said not to call them children.
Can someone mute the Ashery, please?
Raider. Apparently, this guy married his wife when she was 14 years old.
15. And that was my first missus. Ignore that. Just ignore her. I'm not here to answer.
How old are you? How old are you?
I'm not even that old. I'm in my late 20s.
How old are you?
I'm in my late 20s.
You're in your late 20s. How old were you when you married her?
I was like 20, 21.
2021. So you understand imbalance there. A 21-year-old would not have the same experience or understanding mentally as a 14-year-old, right? A
Well, she's
14-year-old
15,
is
she
quite
was 15.
innocent. You have to stop. A 14 is still a child, you imbecile.
Hear me out. Listen. Hear me out.
15 is still a child.
She went through a lot. She was from back home. She's from back Pakistan.
15, please listen, please, Napoleon.
back
Listen.
home, huh?
She's your wife. Okay, just 1 second. She is still your wife, right?
Yes, she's the, yeah.
Why did you hesitate like that? Is she not
Because
your
you're
wife?
trying to make me look
Is she
bad.
not your wife anymore? Did you divorce her?
No, I didn't divorce her, no.
Okay, so then she's still your wife.
But
Right?
listen, you're trying to make me look
Right?
bad.
No, just answer my question. She's still your wife?
Point. Point.
Okay, so you have help you. How long?
How long have we been married? About
Yeah.
6-7 years?
Okay, so then now she's no longer 15. She's what? 21.
Exactly. So what's your problem?
Okay, so she's 21 years old, and you're what?
Me, I'm in my late 20s.
So what does that mean? How old are you?
I'm 27.
Okay, so you're she's 21, you're 27. Yani it's not too far of a gap. You understand? But it would be a shame, right? If well, it is a shame that she wasn't allowed to grow up, right? Maybe be a 21-year-old and then get married to you. You'd still you'd still end up marrying her anyway, but she would have had a growth spurt. Do you understand? She would have reached, please stop, okay? She would have reached a point in time in her life, right, where she would have been ready for you to marry her, where she would have been ready to consummate that marriage.
Rita, hear me out. Listen.
You understand? Would it
Rita,
make any difference to you how you love her?
Yes, of course. Hear me out, Rita. I am not a creep. I waited a full month until we did anything. I promise you.
Yeah, I understand that. You basically groomed her.
I waited a full month until after we got married.
You
The
waited
first
a whole month to convince her to do the deed.
Do you know what I mean? Well, why are you laughing?
I just can't anymore in this world.
That's how is that grooming? I was young as well. Listen, I was 21. I was young as well.
Do you understand what you just said to me? Do you understand what you just said to me?
What?
You just
I waited a
admitted.
full. It was a month. It was like
please,
it was like
Napoleon,
3.5 weeks.
Napoleon, please listen, okay?
Yeah.
You just admitted to conditioning her for a whole month.
I was romancing her.
Oh yeah, it's called conditioning. It's called, you know.
You say potato, I say potato, bro.
Of course, it's potato. That means it's the same exact word. It's
No,
only
but
spelled
no.
differently.
You're trying to make it sound worse than it is.
Oh my
But
god!
can someone read the Ashray? They're just bringing up personal stuff that doesn't need to be. talked
Why?
about.
He even said he. Oh,
No, I'm not
look
muting
at
Aisha. He's
that,
exposing
Napoleon.
it.
It's a woman, by the way. But
Napoleon.
listen,
See,
no,
this is
not
what
many
I'm talking
times.
about.
Not
See,
many
see,
times.
see,
She's lying.
See, please, just 1 second, Napoleon. This is what I'm talking about.
Sure, you
see?
bring up Aisha.
A lot of the time, a 14-year-old, okay, has no right to say,
15.
I didn't
She's
want
15.
to. Please just listen to me. Whether she's 14 or 15, it's just 12 months apart. It's the same. She's still a child in her mind. At 15, all I wanted to do was sing music and dance and just go out and have a little
Yeah,
bit
not
of a
all
party.
15-year-olds are the same.
I'm telling you that had she had the opportunity to think for herself, had she had the opportunity to grow as a human being, she would have been able to be exactly like me. Do you understand?
Okay.
I'm 32. Just wait a second. Let me paint a picture
She's
for
very
you.
happy.
Let me
She's
paint a
very happy.
picture for you. Just let me paint a picture for you. At 15, I had no desire to have schmecks with any man. I'm 32. Okay, I've never been with a man. So to me, it's really baffling that you seem to think it's a natural inclination for a 15-year-old to want to sleep with you. It's not. It's not. At 21, perhaps, if she was married to you the right way, but not if you took away her personal choice, and then you condition her and you brainwash her into submitting to you. And all you tell her, oh, no, this is natural. This is natural.
She's
okay.
very happy. If you ever get the chance to speak to her, she's very happy.
I'm not going to listen to me. I'm not saying she's unhappy. Please just listen to what I'm saying to you, Napoleon. Okay? Do you have children?
Yes, we got 2 kids.
Okay. Now imagine. I bet you love your children, right?
Of course.
Okay. Do you have a beautiful daughter?
Yes, I've got a daughter. I've got a little girl, yeah.
Okay. And she looks something between the two of you, right?
No, probably a bit more her than me, yeah.
Okay, beautiful. That means that she's a beautiful woman. She's a beautiful woman who gave birth to a beautiful little girl.
She's a girl.
Okay?
She's a girl.
I said, I'm talking about your wife, and who gave birth to a beautiful daughter who looks like her, right? So here's the problem with that, right? Imagine your daughter is 12, 13, 14, and somebody starts snooping around.
You're sick. Why would you say that?
No, I'm not sick. I'm not sick. I'm asking you a question. Would it be normal for you to give away your daughter at 12, 13, 14, 15?
That's different.
No, it's not. You see, this is the problem, Napoleon. You sound like such a nice guy, but then underneath it all, there comes the sewage that you have learned, and it's in you. So this is the problem. You now cannot foresee a future where your beautiful daughter, because she's so angelic, and because she loves you and she goes, Daddy, and she loves you and she hugs you, right? You know how much she loves you. And you cannot conceive of a reality where a man your age at 21 would go after your little precious daughter who would be 14 or 15 years old, because she would not be of that mindset.
Listen,
Because
when
even
we
your
got
wife
married, that
wasn't
was
of
a
that
different.
mindset.
Listen, Rita, when we got married, that was a different time.
How long ago did you get? Right. Okay. So then that's not too far ago. That's not too far away ago. That's just yesterday. That's literally yesterday. You're not
Listen,
talking about
I'm
50,
saying.
Listen to me. You're not talking to me about 80 years ago. You're not talking to me about 100 years ago. You got married yesterday. You're children. You're younger than me, for God's sake. And I'm telling you that the two of you should have waited. The two of you should have waited until both of you were 21, or at least when she was 21. No, you could have waited. You could have waited until she was 21. You could have said, "Listen, I'll marry her, but she gets to stay with you until she's 21, and I'll consummate the marriage then." And she will have a full understanding of what that means. But not when she's 14, not when she's 15, certainly not when she's younger than that.
Listen, hear me out. You're judging people based on how they live their lives.
Okay. In Pakistan, older men in their 70s are getting married to 10-year-old girls. Is that normal?
Listen, I'm not here to tell people.
Is that normal? No. As a father now, I'm asking you to empathize. Is it normal for a 70-year-old man who has one foot in the grave already to marry a 10-year-old child because he now has the money to do so?
It's probably not the most optimal situation.
No. You keep using words like not optimal, not ideal. I'm telling you, it's a tragedy. It's a travesty of the forms of injustice.
I'm not using emotional language like you, Rita.
That has never been seen in life before
No,
Islam.
because Rita, the problem with you is you use emotionally charged language, and I'm
not using emotionally charged language. I'm depicting a reality for you. I'm telling you, if a 70-year-old man, a Muslim 70-year-old man, married a baby 10-year-old child, the age difference in and of itself. Listen to me. Listen, yes, because she is a baby. A 10-year-old is a baby.
How is a 10-year-old a baby?
Listen, let me explain to you who you're talking to. Okay, I used to be a 10-year-old child. Okay, I used to be a 5-year-old child. I used to be a 1-day-old baby. Okay, and as a person who's 32 years old, I've got in my own resume at least 17 years, 18 years of professional work. Okay, 5 of those years I spent as a teacher, teaching children all the way to 12th grade. Okay, and when I tell you that I know children, I know that these children, these babies, okay. Yes, I started working at when I was 13. So you go figure, Boabi Jackson. Spell your name right. So when I see children, okay, and all they want to do is play at 10 years old, at 12 years old, at 13 years old, at 14, 15-year-old, these children wanted to be children. These children, their brains weren't there yet, to the point where they when they saw me, they would just come and hug me. They just wanted love. They didn't want any form of impropriety. These children were innocent. They wanted to be taught.
Listen, Rita, hear me out.
Wait.
You know what your problem is there?
In the same manner. See, what strikes me that you sound like a person who was born and raised in Britain.
I was,
That's
yeah.
the problem.
I was born in
Okay, so then
yeah.
for you, a person who was born in a secular nation, to have gone and married a 14-year-old child, while you yourself were a 21-year-old, you knew it was unnatural.
15. Stop saying 14.
She was 15 when you were 21. That means it was unnatural. It would not been if you would not have been able to marry her at that age in Britain.
Yeah, we did in Pakistan. Yeah, but listen, hear me out,
I
Rita.
know, which is why it's a crime.
Listen, Rita, hear me out. Your previous argument was based on a false premise, because you're saying about when you're 10 you want to do this, you want to do kid stuff. How is that mutually exclusive with marriage? How can you not get married and still do the same stuff, bro? Like, why are you trying to?
Okay, I'm gonna give you a different scenario. You know, Jews and Christians, right? We tend to have these arranged marriages, right? Especially in the Middle East. Okay, in Africa, in the Middle East, we have arranged marriages that are set up by our parents when we're younger. Okay, the Jews and not so much now, but back like 100 years ago, that used to be the case. So we would have children, right? We'd have babies, right? And if my neighbor, who's also a Jew or a Christian, had a baby boy and I had a baby girl, they would be betrothed to each other, meaning they'd be engaged to one another. Okay? They wouldn't be married until they were actually of age, meaning that the boy would have had to have a job, start working, establish a home and whatnot. And then when all of that has happened, later on, the woman has to actually reach full growth, meaning her body would have to stop growing for me to know that she's an adult completely, right? At 18, 19, her body stops growing, then she's ready. And I ask her, do you want to get married? And if she says no, we wait. That's how it was done. Whereas in your paradigm in Islam, a woman would be asked, do you want to get married? And then they say, oh no, actually they don't have to ask her, I forget. It's Islam. They just say, oh, you're getting married to your cousin, by the way. And she goes, what? When? How? When did you make that decision? I don't want to go. And then she has no choice but to say, okay, I'm going to go. I have no choice, because her father is going to beat the living daylights out of her. Her mother is going to torture her if she says no. That's a Pakistani realm.
Plus, according to Islamic Sharia, a girl you don't need a girl's permission to marry her off if she's under the age of 18.
Listen,
anyway.
we all agree here. Sometimes children don't know what's best for them.
I see. So then you take away my childhood because you want to marry me off to the highest bidder, and suddenly it's in my best interest that I marry this old geezer?
You make it so much worse than it is.
No, I'm not. I'm depicting exactly the picture that you're telling us. You're telling me that at 15, I certainly did not know what was in my best interest, but I knew well enough to know that I did not want to get married. So you're telling me if I refused, and my father, God rest his soul, would never do that, okay? But I'm just saying this for effect. If my father came to me at 14, 15, okay, and he did at one point, he actually started laughing because somebody came the audacity to marry me at 14. And he started laughing. He's like, no, none of my children are getting married like that. Anyway, the point I'm trying to drive home for you is, if my father had taken the opposite stance and said to me, look, Rita, you don't know what's in your best interest. The 70-year-old man has come to marry you. You're 15, 14. You're going to go. You're going to get married. And I'll be like, no, Daddy, he's an old man. He's like old enough to be my grandfather. He's older than you, for God's sake. And he says, you don't know what's in your best interest. You're going to get married because guess what? Even Napoleon agrees with me. You're going to get married. And your silence, Rita,
hear me out.
Your consent.
Rita, hear me out. There's different styles of parenting, and we can't judge one from the other. Do you know what I mean?
No, I'm just following
there's
along
the Islamic style of parenting, and then there's the standard one.
No, but you
guys, there are 111 people
so
here.
you're telling me your parents never made any decisions for you when you were a kid?
Napoleon, 1 second, okay?
You were just able to do what you want.
Napoleon, just 1 second. Guys, there are nearly 111 people here. Thank you for coming. God bless you all. Please like the live. We're at 71.5k likes. And if you like what you're hearing, you can continue to, engage with us on the chats. We all see what you're saying. And if you agree with us, put a, I don't know, 2, or I don't know. What do we do? What do we do here?
Well,
3.
we can put a vote.
If you agree with us,
one of the moderators, could you work on a vote, please, about child marriage, whether a child should be married according to Islamic law without their consent, or whether they shouldn't, just so we can understand. If Aziza, if you can put a vote, or Aisha's goat, anyone, if you could put a vote.
If you're going to be objective, use objective language. Should younger people have the option of getting married?
Say children.
There is no option. In Islam, there is no option.
Say
There is
children.
no option, buddy.
You know how to
There's
say the
no
word
option.
children?
So the poll
What option?
polls looking quite
What
mixed at the
option? Your
moment.
Sharia says that a girl does not have a consent because she's a little girl. She doesn't know. What option? You're making it as if they go and ask a 9-year-old, "Oh, would you like to get married?" She goes, "Oh yeah, yes, I want to get married. Can I take my boys
You're
with
doing
me
the
to my
same thing
husband's
Rita's doing,
house?"
but you're just
Wait, stop.
you're
Napoleon.
appealing to emotion. You're
In
appealing to
Islam,
emotion.
stop.
Guys,
Do
just
you
one
want me to
second,
show
one
you the
second.
ruling? I'll show you the ruling. Just wait a second.
1 second. Guys, if you haven't followed me yet, make sure you drop me a follow because I see a lot of you are new in here. Make sure you follow Rita as well. Very, very important. And I've got my 2 accounts as well above Rita's accounts. Make sure you follow both of my accounts in case this one gets hit because, you know, we talk about sensitive topics here. So, yeah, just make sure you follow us. Follow me on my secondary accounts as well, just in case, right? Because if you want to see us, because lots of time when I get hit, you guys send me messages, "Why aren't you live? Why aren't you?" And I'm live from another account, and you guys don't even know because you're not following us everywhere. Okay? So make sure you drop us a follow. Rita, we do also
Mushroom,
have
can I ask you a
Asheri.
question?
We do also have Asheri on the
Hi.
on the panel.
Hi, Asheri.
She's been on for quite some time. So let's just
Yeah,
1
so-
second, Napoleon. Let's hear from Asheri for a sec. What's up?
Okay.
Hi, everybody. So, a bit of my background. I'm Pakistani Christian, and of course, I was born and bred in Pakistan. Moving forward,
God bless you, sister.
me and my family, due to persecution, we had to flee the country in very bad situation because my dad was a pastor there. And yeah, now we are happy, safe in England. Praise Lord. Coming back yesterday, I don't really do debates and stuff, but yesterday I was like on this live when Napoleon came, and Napoleon, we spent 2 hours with him, and in the end he left the live and everything. The thing which I was saying, we have a proof. I can even share it with the host, the video, and we do have a proof where he said that he is PDF and he is attractive towards the little girls. I feel pathetic even.
You're taking it out of context.
Honey,
Just stop.
you
Stop.
have the proof. That's why I came. So anyways, long story short, Napoleon kept on saying that whatever verse we were showing to him, he was disagreeing. He was like, "Oh no. In the end, he loved to call me a freshie, blah blah blah, a lot
said that
of
once.
stuff." But he didn't have any proof to prove us wrong. All he was doing 2 hours was like the same thing. He thinks that marrying a child, or even if they are 10, 12, it's not a problem. He was like, "Oh my goodness, I don't understand," but he's doing the same thing again. Whole day you sit on everyone's lives and you just talk these things. I don't understand how this energy comes in you as well.
No, people ask me questions and I try my... listen, I'm not a perfect Muslim. I'm not a scholar. I never said I was.
No, you
People
actually
ask me
are a
questions.
perfect Muslim. You're exactly like your prophet,
You
brother.
fits the
Your prophet
definition.
married a 9-year-old.
I didn't marry a 9-year-old.
And I am shocked
Oh,
that these
doesn't
guys
matter.
have
Still a
spent
child.
so much time on you, and you are still saying that
50
it's
is not
okay.
really a child, though.
And we have a video where Napoleon said that he is attracted towards little girls as well.
That's not what I said. That's not what I said.
We have a video. I'm not
Mushroom,
saying-
I'm going to put in context. Someone asked me, do you find so if someone started developing, and I said, I'm a man and I have needs, which is true. I'm not going to hide that.
And then, did you not say that you can't stop me for whoever I like? And
No, what I said was you can't help being attracted to who you're attracted to.
Oh,
That is
boy.
correct. And that,
We have-
Ashwin,
and then-
you know that is correct.
Look,
then
look,
did you not
guys.
say that when we were talking about striking wife, did you not say that, oh yeah, I did it to her 2-3 times and it's not a
2-3
big deal?
times over a 7-year marriage. 7-year
Guys,
marriage.
listen, so he thinks that oh my goodness. Okay, thank you so much.
So
for
you know,
proving my point.
actually, this is what
What a
you're doing. You're
perfect
coming in and
Muslim
taking
this
everything
guy
out
is,
of that
man.
context.
even if
Perfect
you're doing
Muslim.
it for one time, it's wrong. Even if it's 30 years of marriage, even if you're
Habibi
doing one
PMC,
time,
thank
it's
you.
wrong,
So you're
honey.
telling me,
That's what
Ashley,
we're
do you have
trying
a
to
partner?
say.
Ashley, do you have a
Oh my
partner?
God.
Yes, I
Oh
do.
boy.
And you're
Do
saying
we?
things I've never gotten heated. You're saying
Do we?
things I've never
No,
gotten
he
heated.
is amazing Christian guy, and he treats me with love because Christ is
Well,
Amen.
maybe he's a more patient man than me. Maybe he's a more
See,
patient
the
man than me.
problem, Napoleon, The problem is Allah commands you and tells you that you should beat your wife, even if you suspect or fear
use the word
or
beat.
disobedience. Please stop talking over me, okay? I don't like it. So you have that as an example, whereas my God says to me, the wife, right, that I am to love and to respect my husband, right, and to honor him. Because guess what? He is a part of me. He becomes a member. He becomes a member of my body. Okay, and together we are a member of Jesus's body. Do you understand? We become the body of Christ. And within that marriage, we are one person. We are one flesh. Okay, and so your problem is that where your Allah tells you to beat your wife, my God commands my husband, right, to love me. And he tells him to love me repeatedly. He tells him, love your wife, just like Jesus Christ loved the church and he died for her. Therefore, the man has more responsibility towards his wife than the wife has towards him. She has to honor him. She has to respect him. But he has the added weight of having to risk even his life when it comes to his marriage. Yet in your marriage, you're the one she fears. In my marriage, I would love my husband would love me, and guess what? I would have nothing to fear of from my husband.
Listen,
I would not fear my husband. In fact, if push comes to shove, if something happened to my husband, I would pick up the slack. If he fell ill, I would pick up the slack. In Islam, it's the other way around. If you fell sick, your wife has every right to walk away from you, and rightfully so, because you do not have a marriage, you have a contract of nikah.
Darling, listen, Rita, hear me out. What I'm saying is, you're using words like beat and acting like I'm going all out, all power and everything. Like we're talking like hear me out. Let me put it into context for you. 2-3 times over 7-year marriage, and we're talking like situations where she does not stop. She does not stop, and repeated warnings.
Oh my
See,
God.
this is the
Oh
problem.
my God.
You cannot treat your wife.
Talk about that, bro.
Your wife as an object.
Because
Guys, let him talk. Let him talk. Guys,
It's one
let
thing.
him
Let me
It's
say,
talk.
one
you
thing.
guys have talked a lot. Let me
It's
say
one
my
Say
thing.
what
Just
he's
1 second.
saying.
Let me.
He's
Okay, I'm
telling
gonna
us
allow him.
something.
I'm gonna allow him. It's
Yeah.
one thing, guys. Reading the scripture, instructing men to beat their wives. It's another thing to hear that a man actually applies that scripture and admits that he does it.
applies that. Listen, so you're listen, 2-3 times over a
Oh
very
my
long
God.
period we've been married. 2-3 times, and we're talking situations where like we've been going at it for like 30 minutes, not stopping, no like no way to subdue her, nothing, and repeated warnings. Listen, like stop doing what you're doing. You're wrong. Leave it out. Do you know what I mean? And eventually, I'm sorry. Maybe I'm not as patient as your partner.
No.
Ashley, and I
You're
lost my
doing
temper.
exactly what Allah tells you to do. Go right ahead. What are we supposed to do with you?
That's
Your
what Allah
tells
says in
you
the
to do
Quran.
unholy.
Yeah.
Your Allah tells you to do unholy things to your wife. My God tells me to keep it holy, to love my husband, and my husband to love me. And we're supposed to live in that marriage, very well aware of each other's, boundaries and love on each other and respect each other and support each other. And do everything in our powers to make each other happy. A marriage is supposed to be a place of safety and happiness. It's not supposed to be a place of
Agreed.
torture and torment where a wife has to walk on eggshells around her husband.
Listen, Rita, you've not been in a
And then what
relationship. You
happens?
said
What
it yourself.
happens exactly? After you beat her, the next day you're supposed to sleep with her? Or that
Listen,
night? Exactly?
Rita, you said yourself that you've not been in a relationship, so maybe you just don't get what it's like sometimes.
Oh no, but I've
Yeah.
been in a family. I saw my mother and my father, right, in a marriage dynamic, and guess what? They both loved each other. They were madly head over heels in love with one another. And guess what? The point is that you don't understand what that entails. It's hard work.
You're saying I don't love my
outside of
missus.
yourself. Let me ask
Wait,
you,
no.
please.
Napoleon, you're saying I don't love my missus.
Napoleon, stop, okay? Do you know how? Do you love yourself?
I love myself and I love my missus and love my kids. Don't ever
no,
play with me.
no. That goes without saying. I'm asking you. Do you love yourself? Do you
Of
know how to
course.
love yourself? Okay, great.
Of course.
That means you're kind to yourself. That means when you look at yourself in the mirror, you tell yourself positive affirmations. Yes, today I'm going to do great. Today I've done well. Today I've done this. You're telling that to yourself. And your ego is getting inflated alongside with it. The problem is you don't know how to love somebody outside of yourself. Okay?
I love my missus and I love my kids.
To love outside of yourself means that no one should look at you and fear you. They should fear disappointing you. That's one. Okay? But they shouldn't fear you putting your hands on them. That
Listen,
shouldn't even come into their thoughts. Do you understand?
Listen, I've been quite respectful to you guys, but can we please drop this whole fear thing? Because you're going on about fear. But listen, at the end of the day, if she feared me, if she feared me, you think she would stop after the first time? My wife is a very what's the word? Passionate woman. Let's just say she does go on sometimes.
I see. So she enjoys the beating, does she?
No. I'm saying she goes on sometimes. Sometimes she don't know how to leave the house.
Because she got conditioned to liking it, or maybe she just doesn't care.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying she like when we're arguing, like sometimes she will go like not stop talking for a good.
I literally spoke to a woman who's Muslima, and she told me that she enjoys it. Like if her husband doesn't actually get physical with her, she
there's some
feels that there's
dynamics
something
like
wrong
that.
there.
There's some dynamics out there like that, and I'm not going to be one to judge.
I'm telling you, it's bizarre to us. We, the Christians, when we hear this, the Jews and the Christians, when we hear this, right? Even the atheists, we look at you and we wonder. We're like, why? That's literal abuse. That's literal mental illness.
Not every relationship is going to be perfect. It's about compromise.
It's not about perfection. It's about you crossing the line. Because I bet you my bottom dollar, you wouldn't be able to raise your hands at me if you and I met on the streets. You couldn't raise your hands.
No, I wouldn't raise it. Nah, not you. Like
so
you do know. So you
do know. No. So the point is that you do know to stay in the confines of the law when it comes to dealing with people outside of your family. But within your family, you're willing to beat your children and your wife. What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? You mean to tell me a stranger is worthy of your respect, of your love, of your protection, but your own family, your wife, your children are not?
Hello?
Wow.
Well, what? Well, what?
I said that you're telling me that outside in the open world, that every stranger you meet, every stranger you come across is worthy of your respect, worthy of you remaining within the confines of the law and you not raising your hand. Yet when it comes to your own family inside your home, you're willing to beat your wife, willing to beat your children because you feel that violence is the way forward with them. Yet that same violence in the outside world would get your teeth knocked out.
Rita, listen, I've got a lot of love and respect for you. I think you got a good mind, but please don't tell me how to raise my family.
Oh, I'm going to tell you, especially if you're a horrible person.
I'll beg to differ. My kids love me. I'm a great dad.
I'm pretty sure they do. You see, it's called. Listen to me. What it's called is it's Stockholm syndrome. When somebody beats on you, yes, when somebody beats on you and you're the prisoner, you form some form of unhealthy bond or some unhealthy form of relationship. That dynamic becomes unhealthy because of the inclination of that one person who has the power to inflict harm on the other, and the other one takes it and says, "Oh no, it's because he loves me. It's because he loves me that he beats me. It's because he loves me that he gave me a black eye.
Listen, you're only hearing one side of the story.
That he put welts on my body. Are you kidding
You have
me?
no excuse, man. There's no excuses. There's no other side of the story. A man who raises his hand on children and women is a coward because you're the stronger vessel. You're supposed to be the protective member of the family, not the one who inflicts harm upon them, physical harm upon them.
You're acting like
the protector and the provider of the family.
Listen,
So
you're acting like I don't feel bad afterwards.
You know, what's the point of feeling bad? If you're feeling bad afterwards, then why do you choose to do it?
Because I'm not perfect. Like I said, I'm not perfect.
Right.
Well, that's why.
Let's put it this way.
You need to abandon this Allah that made it okay for men to beat their wives and their children. Okay, and you need to follow Jesus Christ, who tells you that you should be loving and patient, and you should never raise a hand on your wife because you should not be harsh with her. You should love her and respect her, because otherwise your prayers, your relationship with God will be hindered, will be compromised.
So maybe you should look at it this way, Napoleon. Any Muslim man who is prone to violence, right? Severe and extreme forms of violence, having heard you would go back home justified in himself. He would say, you know what, Napoleon is a Muslim man and he beats his wife too. I'm just going to go knock out the teeth of my wife. No problem. It's fair. It's allowed in my
I
religion.
can't judge
And
other
so
people's
he
relationships.
says that. And so he says that. He walks away. He goes back home and he tells himself, you know what? It's normal. The first time he beats her, it's normal. The 10th time he beats her, it's normal. The 100th time he beats her and he knocks her out, it's normal. The 1000th time she endures it, and then she's unalive because he's beat her too many times, right? Is normal to him. And then he goes back and he faces the judge and he tells the judge, you know what? She was disrespectful to me. And guess what? Because in Islam, right, it is allowed for the husband to beat his wife. He can say, you know what, Islam allows me to beat her, and according to the Sharia, a man who beats his wife shall not be asked, because that's a fatwa. And so
That's a
she
hadith,
died as a
actually.
direct result. Yeah, but it creates the fatwa. So
Yeah.
because
There's
of this
women in the
fatwa,
comments that are saying they
because
stand
of
by
this
me.
fatwa, you have to stop talking. Because of this fatwa now, she died accidentally, but I beat her because I'm allowed to beat her. You see how that works?
Listen, I get what point you're trying to make, but you need to realize different people have different ways of conflict resolution.
No, this is not conflict resolution. This is terrifying
Conflict
to another
resolution.
person. Mushroom,
That's
can you
funny.
imagine? Right? Can you imagine? Like, remember we were talking about these two people who were like beating on each other, and you're like, yeah, this is so disrespectful. That's so disrespectful. We're talking about two people,
Yeah.
you know, in a longer context, right? And
Yeah.
we were saying to each other, like, who does this? Like, and how are you married to one another if you're there inflicting the very harm that you're supposed to be protecting them from?
Also,
Exactly. Yeah.
this is a bit out of context, but like in Pakistan, you know, the priests, the Muslim priests, the mullahs, the Maulvis, they
Yeah.
sit
They're not
and
priests, they're
they say to their people in the mosque, in their sermons, that you can beat your wife until her
Yeah.
bones are not broken. I have evidences, and those are
course.
big named priests.
That's because it's a fatwa. You see, a man shall not be asked why he beat his wife. So he can in fact break the skin. He can make her bleed. All he shouldn't do is break her bones.
Yes.
But even if he broke her bones, it's well within his right. He can say it's an accident.
For them, you can unalive them as well.
Yeah. I mean, if she accidentally
You're
dies,
not
he's still
talking. You know
he's
what is
still-
with you lot? Yeah, that upsets me. You always talk the worst possible case scenario.
Because it's
Because the
written.
worst
We're
case-
not just
the worst
making up
case-
stuff. It's written.
The worst case scenario has happened millions of times, and we went from talking about schmexual slavery, right, for which you said would be part and parcel of your needs if the UK became an Islamic state, right? You would have no problem taking another person as your schmexual slave and holding them in bondage.
And
And then now we moved on from that, and now we're talking about you laying hands on your wife because you feel angered. Somehow
listen,
you feel that
if
you
the
have the
UK,
right to
if
do
the
that.
UK did have Sharia law, I would take advantage of the system. I'm not going to pretend otherwise.
Of course,
I am
you already
alive.
do.
UK is not going to have Sharia law. I'll make.
Yeah.
And also another thing, Pakistani Muslims, that's their favorite game. You know what they do? They have wives in Pakistan, and then they love to come here, even if they are born here or they are not. But that's their propaganda, which they are making against the West, that they want to make all these countries their countries. And then even before that, nowadays, what they are doing, they are marrying white women over here, making more babies, making more people Muslim.
I've been with a couple of white girls.
Tell you what.
I've been with a couple of white girls.
Yeah,
I do like my
try
white
to
women.
convert them. I know that's the agenda. I know that. I come from Pakistan myself, so I know that. Very.
So the issue is, right?
I like them white and chubby.
Number one, okay, you have an unhealthy way of viewing women. You think that you can put your hands on your wife, whether or not she loves you, is besides the point. Because we tend to be, creatures of the softer side of us always gives in, right? Our emotions are always tied into how we engage with you, right?
Okay.
Whether it's our father, whether it's our uncles, whether it's our brothers, whether it's our husbands, our emotions take precedence, right? And so when a wife is looking at her husband, she's not looking at him, saying, no, today I'm going to, beat him back, right? If you beat her, there's nothing she can do to take it back. She's just going to say, you know what? Let me just try loving on him. That's the only thing she can do. That's the only way she can reason with you, is by softening herself up. But you feel you have no compunction on actually laying your hands on your wife, and you're telling us this on a live panel. This is the problem. Nobody's, standing on your stomach forcing you to say this. You're saying it of your own true, feelings.
No, but you're making out like I hate my missus and this and that.
I'm not saying you hate her, Napoleon. It's not synonymous. I'm not saying you hate her. I'm saying that the only way to show love is by enduring patiently. It's not by putting your hands on somebody. That is not love. It's an unhealthy view of another human being. Putting your hands on somebody lets them know that you don't love them.
I've not laid my hand on it in a year. So you're acting like this is a regular...
Congratulations. Wow. We should be so proud of you.
Well done.
We should be so proud of you. One whole year? How did you get by?
There's no need to be sarcastic.
How did you get by?
There's no need to be sarcastic.
Oh no! When will be the next? Okay, so maybe next year. Maybe next year.
No, I'm saying I'm
maybe
trying
next
to be
year
a better man.
This year is not over yet, so maybe this year you have the opportunity to lay your hands on her. Don't let her wait. Okay, don't give in just yet.
You just don't get it. You just don't get it. I think it's because you've not been in a relationship. You don't understand that. Like sometimes things get heated. Do you know what I mean?
Okay,
I just want to know, like, how did you make it to 1 year?
What do you mean? Sometimes things can get heated?
I don't make it to 1 year, but patience by walking
Why?
out.
I
Because
see.
so much
So
gets
just
heated in
wait a
the
second, Ashley, just 1 second. Are you telling me that the last year you held back? You didn't want to hit her, but you wanted to hit her, but you couldn't hit her? What happened?
Well, I've been using different techniques. Like sometimes instead, I will just kind of like, what's the word? Restrain her, kind of thing. Yeah, listen, stop doing what you're doing.
So just wait a second. You finally learned that beating on your wife is unhealthy because somehow you found that out, right? That beating her wasn't giving you the right result. So you decided, no, I'm not going to beat her anymore.
I've never beat her.
I'm just going to sit there seething.
Seething? Listen, can you please...
Simmering.
Silently
boiling.
Rita, darling, please, can you stop using the word beat? It's always ever been the handful of times, and I'm going to stress handful of times.
Listen to me. I don't know your dynamic. If it were me, let me explain to you how I see this, okay?
Yeah.
Let's say I've never been married.
Yeah.
Okay? And I've never been with a man. Now, the only man I've ever really known in my life is my father, okay?
Yeah.
And my father is so loving, okay? I knew my parents were always constantly in love with each other.
Mm-hmm.
I have that in the back of my mind, okay? Now, when I see them, that's the image that I see for myself in future. That's the image that I have. I want somebody who's going to be exactly like my father, right? Loving, gentle, genteel, classy, and more importantly, emotionally available. More importantly, respectful. Okay, my father respected the boundaries and the respect of my mother. Right? He valued that more than anything else, and he valued the way she saw him. She's always. I can tell you categorically, me and my mother, we never got along. Yeah. But I knew that my mother bent over backwards for my father. Okay? Yeah. So understand this. That is what I look at. If you were to tell me that somehow I would marry a Muslim man and that Muslim man laid his hands on me, when my father has never done that, okay? When my dad raised his hands one time, never landed. And I looked at his hand, he hit it quickly. And I never talked to him for a month. For a whole month, I was like so heartbroken. Because I didn't know what that up until that moment, I did not know what that entailed. I was like, Dad, you're gonna hit me? He goes, of course not, don't be silly. And we'd laugh. Okay? I mean, much in the future, of course. But the point I'm trying to drive home for you is, if my father was prone to violence, if my father was prone to, hitting my mother in front of me, hitting me and my siblings, we wouldn't be, free-thinking individuals. We'd be, horrified, and we'd be imprisoned in our own minds. it stifles the growth of the children, and it harms the relationship of the husband and the wife. Bear in mind, after you've beaten your wife, you still have to engage in coitus with your wife
Rita,
after you beat her.
Rita, you spoken for a while.
Ridiculous to me.
No. You're saying, you're using the word beat. Never in my in the entire 7 years, the handful of times I've laid my hands, it's always been open fist. I've never ever closed my fist. It's never
my
ever
God.
Open fist.
No. As in, I've never clenched. It's not been a punch. It's not been anything like that.
Oh my God.
Come up.
It's just
So
this is
here's the
insane,
problem.
man.
Here's the problem. You're not listening to yourself. I don't care if it was open hand, closed fist. I don't know what an open fist is. Okay, but I can tell you. That thing. Listen to me. I want you to understand. I want you to understand. If it were me, I'm painting a picture for you. Okay. Mm-hmm. If it were me, right, and my husband beat me, that marriage would be over. It would be over. There would be
some people have different boundaries, and that's okay. People have different boundaries, and that's okay.
No, it's not okay. I'm telling you, okay, in a Christian marriage, okay, where a man beats his wife, okay, the next step that takes place is the man unalives his wife. Why? Because we saw, by the way, I'm looking at the computer. Just 1 second, please, okay? I'm looking at 3 Pakistani cases where husbands, Pakistani men, have unalived their wives in Britain, okay? Mm-hmm. One man, it says that he actually had insurance on her. Another man married her because he was gay and he wanted her to be his cover, his beard. And another man unalived her simply because she was, she was not doing what he wanted her to do. So we have 3 Pakistani cases in Britain, right? And all 3 men have the same, form of mindset as you do. You seem to think that because you beat her in the past and you stopped beating her, that somehow that absolves you. You're supposed to be apologizing to your wife, man.
I do apologise. Listen, the day after, I'll apologise, get her chocolates, get a favour.
Yeah, no, not day after, dude. Don't do it ever. Don't beat her.
I told you, I haven't, don't use the word beat, I haven't striked in a year. I haven't laid hands in a year.
Dude.
Never
whether
do
you
it
struck her,
again.
whether you scourged her, whether you beat her, whether you punched her, whether you kicked her, whether you, broke her bones, I don't care. That's not the point. The point is you don't touch her. You don't even breathe the wrong way in her direction.
1 second, Rhea, and you're going on about unaliving. Listen, and you acting like that happens in every situation. Listen, it would take a lot for me to unalive my missus. That's not something you just do, bro.
It would take a lot for you to unalive your missus. You've considered it. Thank you.
No.
The things he says.
You know what?
That came out completely wrong.
You know what?
Completely wrong.
It would never take anything. Listen, okay? It would never even cross my mind to unalive anybody, even if they pissed me off to the umpteenth degree, right? Ever.
No, but if she like cheating
Yet you say it would take a lot for you to unalive your missus. Now, the fact that you considered it is what's shocking and very, very
No, I'm not considering it. No. You twisted my words.
Sorry to, I don't want to cut off. How are you,
You're
Marshall?
running away from me,
Habibi,
Destroyer.
how are you,
Why?
man?
You don't like it.
No,
How you doing?
I'm keeping my sanity.
So listen,
Who's this destroyer? Is that someone
Guys,
guys,
just 1 second.
You have to
Guys,
stop
there's a
being
vote. We have 40 seconds. If you could all vote, all 110 of you, please vote up on the top left-hand corner of the screen. You see the little thing with a blue tick, like the little whiteboard with the blue tick. Press on that and then just choose a vote, yeah, if you can, for us, because it's going to improve the algorithm of the live stream. All right, go ahead, guys.
Listen, guys. I'm okay to have about two minutes and come back. I need to sort something out for work tomorrow. Is that cool?
Please just don't beat your wife, while you're gone.
Yeah. Bear with me. Thank you.
Yeah, just
Okay.
yeah. All right. How you been, Destroyer? How you going, brother?
Oh, good. I spoke to Unitarians, and unknowingly, I buried them.
Yeah.
That's good.
What was the question?
I have like 8 videos on it, but the first question was, to me, Unitarians are idolaters. I told her, like in Colossians 1:16, it says everything was created
Oh, it's
by
halal
Jesus.
Christian, right?
Yeah,
You said
exactly.
you heard.
Yes. So I said, you believe everything was created by a man for a man. This is shirk.
Yeah.
And then she said, no. Colossians 1:16 talks about the new creation. You see how they try to twist it. But anyway, so it's a long. We'll speak one day about it. I don't want to take over the live, but yeah,
That's all good.
it was interesting. I had some good arguments without knowing. It was just questions, but I stood for myself.
Yeah.
Of course you do. You stand on business.
You and for you, of course.
Thanks, man.
I stand for you too.
So guys,
Although
we
you
have
run away
Okay
from
with
it, I
us.
don't like it.
I'm not sure who Okay is, but Okay, can you introduce yourself, please?
Yeah, so I just wanted to ask a question about Christianity.
Are you a
Oh
Muslim?
boy.
Yeah, I'm a Muslim.
Okay, what's your question? No problem. I'm feeling
So,
gracious today.
if you read Deuteronomy chapter 22,
Oh, it's like
verse
Trigger.
28,
We have Trigger Sallallahu. He's a prophet of this live. He just said he's gonna ask about Deuteronomy.
Yeah.
MashaAllah. Yeah, which one? The one about how if a woman touches another man's PP, you must cut her hand? Which verse exactly?
Or
no, it's the
22
one,
verse 28 and 29.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
the one that says if you
Yeah.
RAP a girl,
20
you have,
shekels?
yeah,
Yeah,
something
50.
like that.
I
50.
see, I
Yeah,
see.
okay. So
20
what's
shekels, 50
your
shekels,
objection? What's your understanding of the verse first? Can you tell us? And what is your objection against what the verse is telling us? Can you tell us, please?
So my understanding is I mean, it's pretty
Yeah.
clear in the English translation. If you
Yes.
force a girl, you must marry
Yes.
that girl forever.
Actually,
And
Mushroom, I have a better idea, okay? Allow Destroyer to... See, Destroyer is a Muslim. He understands it.
Sure. Yeah,
So
but
let the
destroy. Go
Muslim
ahead, bro.
explain it to the Muslim, okay?
Talking about 22, 28, 29.
Yes, yes.
Okay, read it in parallel with Exodus 22, 16, 17. Can you do this for me? Read it in parallel. Exodus 22, 16, 17. Read it in parallel with Deuteronomy 22, 28, 29.
right.
MashaAllah. MashaAllah.
Point you. Don't remember, I read the Torah. Remember, I'm in Joshua, so I should be able to answer this. Okay? Now,
I love
God bless
when
you,
the
man.
Muslim answers the Muslim's question.
the thing is, if you're going to criticize this and you don't know what's corrupted in the Torah, you could be criticizing Allah's words. So be careful what you're criticizing.
Well, look, how does this
Okay, read it. Exodus 22, 16, 17.
Okay.
Read it. Go ahead.
Okay, so verse 16 says, if a man seduces, a virgin who is not betrothed and lies with her, he shall give the marriage present for her and make her his wife. So then it goes on to say, if her father refuses to give her to him, he shall pay money equivalent to the marriage present for virgins. So, right. So how does this?
Okay, so in 22, Exodus 22, 16, 17, it says what? If a man entices a virgin who is not betrothed and lies with her, he pays the bride price, correct?
Yeah.
Good, so it speaks about what? Premarital,
Yeah.
good. Now you read Deuteronomy 22, 28, 29. What does it say? If a man finds a young woman who is a virgin, who is not betrothed, and seizes her and lies with her, and they're found out, then what happens?
He has to marry her and pay the price, which is there's
Good.
two different things here, right? So
How is it different things?
so in Exodus, her father has an option to refuse the marriage. In the Deuteronomy, I didn't see that. And also,
So do you see the condition? Do you see the event that happened? Or is it the same? Is it the same event that happens?
it's not the same event.
How is it not the same event?
Because
We just
one
said the
is
same thing. You agreed with me. Exodus was
one is
about
by force
premarital.
and one isn't. Seduces and seizes is different.
Seizes her and lies with her. Okay. Now we have to go to the Hebrew. Ya Allah. Now we okay. So
To go to the latest update.
the what?
The latest update of the Bible.
Yeah. Okay. Nice one.
Actually, can I
Like the
give
last
you,
kira.
can I give you an example? Right?
Go ahead.
Open up Genesis chapter 34, please.
Chapter what?
34.
Genesis chapter 34.
Yeah.
Okay? So that you can understand what happens there. Okay? It's a real life scenario of what happened back then. Okay? For why God is talking about the 50 shekels. Okay? You there?
Yeah, I'm reading it.
Okay, so it reads, now Dinah, this is called the Dinah incident. Now Dinah, the daughter of Leah, whom she had borne to Jacob, the only daughter of Jacob, went out to see the daughters of the land. And when Shechem, the son of Hamor, the Hivite, prince of the country, saw her, he took her and lay with her and violated her. Now, she didn't go with him willingly, obviously. He probably had tricked her into going with him. His soul was strongly attracted to Dinah, the daughter of Jacob, and he loved the young woman. So he enticed her, pulled her away, then had his way with her. Okay? He humbled her and violated her. So then what happens? And he spoke kindly to the young woman. That means he was gentle after the fact. So Shechem spoke to his father Hamor, saying, give me this young woman as a wife. Get me this young woman as a wife. And then what do? They go to Jacob. Now this is playing out a real life scenario for you, okay? And Jacob heard that that Shechem had defiled Dinah his daughter. Now his sons were with his livestock in the field. So Jacob held his peace until they came. Then Hamor, the father of Shechem, went out to Jacob to speak with him. And the sons of Jacob came in from the field when they heard it. And the men were grieved and very angry because he had done a disgraceful thing in Israel by lying with Jacob's daughter, a thing which ought not to be done. But Hamor spoke with them, saying, the soul of my son Shechem longs for your daughter. Please give her to him as a wife, and make marriages with us. Give your daughters to us, and take our daughters to yourselves. So you shall dwell with us, and the land shall be before you. Dwell and trade in it, acquire possessions for yourselves in it. Then Shechem said to her father and her brothers, let me find favor in your eyes, and whatever you say to me I will give you. And ask me ever so much dowry and gift, and I will give according to what you say to me. But give me the young woman as a wife. But the sons of Jacob answered Shechem and Hamor and the father deceitfully, because he had defiled her. Now, they're the ones, look, the father and Shechem and his father Hamor are offering dowry, okay, in compensation for what they had done, right? No, sorry, dowry for the marriage, but they're also giving up in compensation for what Shechem had done to Dinah. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So it plays out in Exodus 22 verses 16 and 17 that is exactly what's being described. And then in Deuteronomy 28 and chapter 22 and 28 and 29, it literally lists out what happens in that enticement, in that seduction. Okay? So in Deuteronomy, it's telling you that 50 shekels is the damages to be paid, and then the man shall make her his wife, and he cannot divorce her because he's taken her for his wife. Do you understand?
Yeah, I get it, but
Okay, so then this is in fact a way for the two sides to make peace with one another. You want for that woman to be unalived, for that man to be unalived through no fault of her own. Now, if the man were to refuse marrying her and to refuse giving her dowry, to refuse giving her compensation, you understand? For the damages that he'd actually done for violating her, then he's going to be unalived. What should happen? Should he, do the right thing, marry the woman, make her his wife, and pay the 50 shekels, and give the woman her dowry, or should he die? What do you think he should do?
So does the woman have a choice in this marriage?
Yes, of course. She has a choice.
Where
She's
does
not
it say
forced.
it?
But the problem is, I want you to understand, okay? If I lay with a man, okay? The point is now I've become one flesh with that man. Do you understand? Sex is not just a sexual, thing with us. It's a
Just
spiritual,
nikah, يعني.
okay? Yeah. So the aspect of having, schmexer course with a man basically ties the woman to the man forever. Do you understand?
So where does it say that? Because from what I understood, she didn't.
Okay,
really
I'll show
have
you in Genesis.
any say
You go to Genesis. Listen, go to Genesis 3. Okay. Right.
But can hold on one second? Can you see how that can be what do you call it, abused, right? Because
No, it's not going to be abused. I'm going to show you. Just
no,
go there.
because if you were a man,
Can you
just saw a
go?
really
Sorry,
attractive
excuse me.
you know,
Okay,
Where
you
do you
listen.
want to
This
go,
is
Rita?
your.
I'll go.
You
I'll
are
go.
you are
Genesis what?
processing it. I need you to go to Genesis 2, please, not 3. Okay,
Okay, I'm going to go there now.
Genesis 2.
What verse, Rita? Where are we going?
Okay, so we're gonna go to Genesis chapter 2, verse 18.
Okay, so it says, and the Lord God said, it is not good that man should be alone. I will make him a helper comparable to him. Out of the ground, the Lord God formed every beast of the field and every bird of the air, and brought them to Adam to see what he would call them. And whatever Adam called each living creature, that was its name. So Adam gave names to all the cattle, to the birds of the air, and to every beast of the field. But for Adam, there was not found a helper comparable to him. And the Lord God caused a deep sleep to fall on Adam, and he slept. And he took one of his ribs and closed up the flesh in its place. Then the rib which the Lord God had taken from man, he made into a woman, and he brought her to the man. And Adam said, this is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh, and shall be called woman, because she was taken out of man. Therefore a man
Now the
shall
next
leave
verse is
his
most
father.
important.
Therefore, can you mute up Napoleon, please? You've got noise.
There's
Therefore, a
noise.
man shall leave his father and mother and be joined to his wife, and they shall
And they
become one flesh.
one flesh. So when
right.
on the day that I get married, okay, my husband becomes part of my body. Do you understand? We become linked forever. So this act that in Islam is only plainly sexual, okay, in Judeo-Christianity is a very, very spiritual, very meaningful act where the two people become one flesh. They become one mind, one heart, one soul. Do you understand? They are forever intertwined with one another. They're two, yet they are one. One forever. They're not seen as two people anymore.
So,
Do you understand?
Okay, so I get what you're
So
saying.
the act of having schmex with somebody, okay, it's usually the man having schmex with the woman. Okay? The man has to pursue. The man has to do the act. The woman is simply along for the ride. Got it?
I got it. So, but
The
I
woman
still
does
have
not pursue the man.
there's still some. I get what you're saying.
No,
but
I
anyway,
get in this immoral world, I get where you're coming from. In this immoral world, I've had friends who've actually had schmex, right? Before they got married, and then after they had the schmex, they got married. Now, I personally would never do such a thing because I feel that that's just evil. Okay? But that's just my opinion. I mean, they're going to say no. Okay? Yet scripturally, it is wrong to do it. Outside of the confines of marriage, it is wrong to do it. Because the moment you've done it, you've now allowed, other, spiritual ties everywhere. It's like you've become Velcro. The minute you take. I was teaching this the other day to several Muslims. the act of having sex, okay, is like, you take Scotch tape, okay? The minute you've pried it out of the once you take a piece out, right, dust is going to settle on it, right? It's not going to go back to the way it was, right?
Yeah.
I
You
mean,
with me? It's not going to go back to the way it was.
Sorry,
No,
Islam
I'm
has a
talking
very
to,
similar
okay,
concept.
wait a second. Napoleon, I'm talking to him. Just 1 second.
Okay.
So you understand that when dust settles on the tape, right, you cannot take it back to the way it was. It's over and done with. So that's sex. Once you have it, it's over and done with. Like, you can't undo it.
So
You literally can't undo it.
So okay, so I agree, kind of, but still,
Kind of?
well, yeah, I agree pretty much. If you see, do you not see how that certain ruling can be like abused, or like if a man just sees a really attractive girl and he can
We're not
basically.
saying, see, the problem is you're not understanding. In Christianity and in Judaism, okay, women who are, for all practical reasons, right, always confined to their homes, don't always go out. For example, Dinah, the daughter of Jacob, okay, did not casually go out every single day. She went out to a new place because the women invited her out. It says that she went out, okay, to see the women of the land. Yet somehow Shechem saw her, fell in love with her, pursued her, and tricked her to going with him. And then he had his way with her. And he did this specifically to make her his wife. Now, the issue we have here is not that they're getting married. The issue we're having here is, how do we resolve this issue for the two of them? Number one, to help the woman, right? Because we don't want her to be a victim for the rest of her life. Okay? We want her status to be either protected, right? So that she can go back to the way she was, but she can't. So what do? The next best thing is to get her married. You understand? And if he, the man, should behave inappropriately to that woman, he would be unalived. You understand? There was a huge cliff. If they decided to break the bond that they themselves created, then they would be unalived.
If you say that
Yeah, so then the punishment would be forever. It would be permanent.
so is there such thing as being more than like, for example, how many wives did Abraham have in Christianity?
Yeah, he wasn't a Christian, nor was he a Jew. So that has no bearing.
So
Why
there's
are you
no
going back? Why are you going back to before there was a law? The law was given to Moses. It wasn't given to Abraham or anyone before him.
so there's no Christian figures in the Bible that had more than one wife.
No, there isn't. Because when Jesus came along, he actually told us that marriage is between one man and one woman, right? And fact of the matter is, if a man shall leave his wife and look upon another woman with lust, he's already committed the lust in his head. That's how severe and extreme Christianity is. The minute you have actually thought about it in your head is the moment you've done it.
That's a bit too far, I think.
No. That's what Jesus teaches. And that's why I am very, very careful how I engage with people.
So
You think I don't have any ideas? Like, if I'm 32, I could have had boyfriends and boyfriends and boyfriends and boyfriends. I could have had a lot of schmecks and I wouldn't have cared a single thing. But because I have the love of God's standards in me, of course I stop. And I know many men who are my besties, right, who also think in that way. Not all men are predators. Not all men think with their schlong.
So you're telling me you've never seen a man and thought like, that's a bit of me?
No, I could look at a man and say, what a handsome man, mashallah. What's the problem?
Is that not the same thing?
lusting after them is sexually lusting after. I don't know what schmex is.
So you never like, obviously I don't want to get graphic, but you never like see a man and you think like, you know what I mean, I wonder how he feels kind of thing, like, do you know what I mean?
Why would I? What? Listen, I'm the type of person who has emotions. My emotions take precedence. Yani, if I fall in love, probably.
But bruv, that's just normal biology. Like I'll see a
No,
woman
I'm
and
telling
like,
you. If you're telling me, like to fall in love with a person, if that's what you're talking about, fine. But in order for me to think schmexually, I'd have to have schmexual context, which I don't have.
So effectively, you're saying you've never had a schmexual thought in your life.
Okay, what does that entail? To know
That
schmex,
entails.
right?
So you never see a guy and think, you know what, like, you know what I mean? I'll do this, that, the third to him, like, you know what I mean?
Why?
That's biology. Everyone is what's the word? Wired to
Yeah,
think like that.
biology. The biology is within your flesh, but we were told by Jesus to deny our flesh and live
But
in the
Bashar,
spirit, right?
he's
So
asking me a very strange question. He's saying to
he's trying
me,
to get you to
have
say
you not looked?
something. That's what he's doing.
Yeah, so
I'm not trying to get into no.
yeah.
I'm being genuinely serious. Like, how could you not?
Okay.
That's normal for everyone.
Yeah, okay, but you're asking me if I've actually looked at a man and wanted to touch him or wanted to do stuff to him. Yani, that makes no
Because
sense.
you're saying the
Rita,
thought itself.
remember you're speaking to somebody who thinks if he commits adultery, Allah made him do it. Just keep this in mind, okay?
No.
Yeah.
Hear
Keep this
me out.
in
Hear
mind.
me out. What you're because what you're saying is that even the thought of lust itself, thinking about doing it, is as bad as doing it, and you've never had that. Like, that's now you're lying. I'm sorry, but you're lying.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't have any schmexual if I had schmex, maybe. I just don't have. I've never had schmex, so I don't know what that would feel like. Do you understand?
Like, bruv, the whiff of a woman would get me like crazy, bruv. Like, you're lying.
Yes,
You're lying.
because you are a man. You don't understand. I don't think like that because I'm a woman. A woman doesn't go.
Listen.
Said the
Who's a
whiff,
A lot of
the
women
whiff.
are. A lot of women are worse than men. A lot of women are worse
Let me
than men.
smell.
A lot of women are
Ew.
worse than men. It's biologically in you to think like that. You're lying.
Guys, listen to this, yeah?
Oh boy.
At least, Napoleon, you're being consistent with what your prophet did. He had this same kind of, let's say, you know.
No, but you listen. You all lying. You. I'm not having it. You're
Why are
lying.
we lying, man?
You're lying.
My friend,
Listen,
if you
me
said
try.
the whiff of a woman,
Wait, Destroyer. You know those movies where there's white stuff and then the man goes onto the table and goes.
No, listen. You either. No, you're lying to me. So let me ask the men. So you're saying if you don't see like a proper length,
my
imagine your
nose.
perfect type. You're telling me immediately you don't start thinking. Yeah. You know what I mean?
no, you can have lust, but you should be able to control it.
But you're saying the thought itself
not
is
the-
as bad as doing it.
Do you understand that women do not think like men?
And listen, a lot of women are worse than men, bruv. Like, a lot of
No,
women
that's
are
not true.
freaky.
That's not true at all. And listen, okay? I think it would be natural for a wife to feel that way about her husband, okay? And that's the beauty of it. See, I know okay, not without giving any names, okay? So, I have a cousin who's madly, deeply, deeply in love with her husband, even after 15 years, okay? They are so in love, like they can't stop touching each other's hands, like in front of us. I'm like, stop that, go get a room, okay? I get that happens between husband and wife when they first get married. These two have carried on for 15 years, okay? Now, I'm not saying those dynamics don't exist between husband and wife. I don't know what that entails within that relationship because I've never been in a marriage. Do you understand? When I get into a marriage, listen. When I get into a marriage, perhaps that would also happen to me. I don't know what type of person I'll be after that. I don't.
Listen, Rita, and I mean this in like a nice way. I think you might just be asexual, bruv.
Oh my god.
Oh my God.
I had another.
Because what
question.
you're saying is against
bro.
biology itself.
No.
Weirdo.
It's women have less of what do you call it? To put it bluntly, a visual
Sexual
drive.
drive?
Yeah.
Geschmacksvergleich?
The hormonal profile of sort of the libido's weaker and stuff.
Oh man.
The hormonal profile of a woman isn't the same of a man. So the way we
No, but we
experience.
do fall in love, Destroyer.
Yes, no,
That's what
I know. I'm
saying.
not talking about
We
love.
fall
I'm
in
talking
love,
about
yet
lust.
the man falls into lust, right?
Yeah,
So
this is my point.
They're two different aspects. So I can fall in
Exactly,
love normal. Okay?
Destroyer, I'm not trying to be rude, but are you a virgin?
No, but my point is when you have.
No, 'cause
متعة boy be a virgin.
women are
How can Mut'a boy be a virgin? Anyway,
He's not a virgin.
so wait, did I sell the image that I was? Anyway, the point
And this
is
conversation has never been spicier.
the point is women don't experience lust or have the same strength of lust that men do. Okay.
But that's what he's saying to me. And that sounds unnatural. Like I can't imagine a woman going, "Oh, I want to grab that man and have my way with him." Oh,
trust me, they're out there. Trust me, they conceal it better. They can hide it better, but trust me, they think like that as well, bro.
But what kind of woman do you know, man? What kind of woman do you know?
Are they like maybe sweet talking you? Do you think?
Would you? Well, listen, I'm telling you, like it's biologically imprinted in you to reproduce, and that's how that is imprinted.
Okay, I'm not saying. Listen to me again. I'm spelling it out for you, dude. For a woman who's married, right, to her husband, like a first-time marriage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Thank
or
you,
even a
thank you,
second-time
Habibi,
marriage.
thank
If
you,
a woman
I
is in love with her husband, for a woman to feel that way about her husband is quite normal. That's what I'm saying to you. Okay, but it's not normal. It's not stop. That only happens to a woman. Okay, after she's married, not before.
He's gone.
How would you know what would happen before?
He's gone, Raider. He's reminding me of a woman who said nobody can control his ding dong like my husband. You know what I mean? Destroyer, what do you think?
I think I don't know, bro. I shouldn't have said no to the question, I think.
Oh, Lord God Almighty.
Oh, man.
Okay, do you understand what we're talking about?
I have no idea.
No, we're talking about the fact of the 50 shekels and whatnot. Do you understand what the dynamics of that, what it entails for all of that to happen?
Yeah, I was gonna ask. So let's say a guy is married already and he doesn't act. So how would that? Where would the justice?
Well, back in those days, men weren't simply confined to marrying just one woman. Okay, so if that man did such a thing and he was married, you understand that he'd be unalived. Number one, because he has no reason to do that. He's a married man. He has status, right? There'd be no reason for him to do that. So they'd have to look at his personal circumstances. Like, what kind of person is he? If he's just a criminal bastard, like, of course they're going to take him out. Do you understand? But if he did it because the woman was his, betrothed, like he was already engaged to marry her anyway, right? Then that's it. She gets married to him. End of story.
Right.
Because after the law, okay, after Moses were all the other Jews, right? All the people of Israel. Then you've got the people of for God's sake, Samuel and Samuel's own father married two wives, Samuel's mother and the other woman, Penina and Hannah. Okay? And so he had two wives. This was after the law. The point is, even if you have a wife, you're supposed to, okay, take the second wife by permission, not by your own will. Do you understand?
Okay. Guys, we've stopped at 475 shares for about an hour now. Could we get to 1,000 shares, you think? There's 80 of you in here. We just need 500 more to get to 1,000 shares. So if you can, share the live so we can get more people in here, that'd be good, yeah?
So, okay, Habibi, since you've asked us many questions and we've been gracious with you answering your questions and whatnot, could you tell us, brother, what makes you stay in Islam? What is it that's keeping you in Islam?
Because it's the truth, basically.
What makes it the truth?
Well, do you want me to be specific?
Yeah, like for example, like when you say
Actually,
it's the
is he a revert or is he born in Islam? I want to know that before.
yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
I'm a revert.
How long have you been in Islam?
About 3.5 years, probably.
3.5 years. Okay.
So he's on his
And
way
what-
out soon. Give him another year and a
Yeah.
half.
So what convinced
This is
you?
what hold on. This is what somebody
No.
told me a long time
Okay.
ago, and
Okay. Listen, nobody's forcing you out of Islam. We promise. Okay. If you want to stay a Muslim, no problem. Okay. That's your choice. That's the beauty of Christianity and Judaism. We get to live our own lives. We mind our own business. We don't care. Okay. The point is that we want to know what would compel a person like yourself to accept Sunni Islam as a standard, when in Islam, in Sunni Islam specifically, it says that you can in fact grape a woman.
it doesn't say that. It says
Yes, it does.
no. You can't trick me with these things.
Can
It
you
says-
No,
explain
I'm
to
not
me?
trying to
Okay,
trick you. I'm an
just one
ex-Muslim.
second,
I'm not
Reza.
trying to trick you.
Okay, could you explain to me what chapter 4, verse 24 of the Quran is when it talks about right-hand possessions?
I'm not. I don't know off the top of my head. Does it talk about like it's like concubines?
Yeah.
How do you get the concubines?
So what is the ruling? What is the Sharia ruling on these concubines? Do you know?
In terms of what?
And when you go to
How do you get them?
a kuffar country,
Hashem, how did he get them?
that's what I'm. Thawani. What I'm trying to say is that when you get to a kuffar country and you invade them, you take their women as captives. Okay, what is it? What is the ruling on these women? What are you allowed to do with them? What are you not allowed to do with them? What do you know about this topic?
As far as I know, they become, they are permissible. Like
Oh, okay.
it's no longer, and,
So-
He
and I
knows.
could use the same. You know what's funny? I could kind of use the same argument that Rita used.
That's
like,
okay. You can use the same
Actually, you
argument,
can't.
but could we finish
You
up this
can't.
argument first? So here we have, okay, a verse in your Quran allowing married women to be your sex slaves, right? Because the minute you make them, you take them as a captive, right? That Allah automatically annuls their marriage with their kuffar husbands, and you're allowed to sleep with them on the same night that you bring them in captivity. Now, this is what Islam tells us in chapter 4, verse 24. If you open up all the Mufassirin, Ibn Kathir, Al-Qurtubi, Al-Tabari, they will all tell you the same thing, that this was revealed about the captives of Autas, and some of the companions of the Prophet ﷺ, they went to the Prophet, okay, and they told him, Prophet of Allah, we are reluctant. We don't want to do that. We know their husbands, okay? We know them. We've done business with them before. And Muhammad turns around ﷺ, and he says, Allah revealed this verse and he made it permissible. Because that's what it's come down to in Islam. So I'm just wondering, like, do you have anything against that? Or do you not have anything against that? Whether you think it's in the Bible or not, I'm just saying, do you have anything against it as a human being?
So when you go to war, and
Yeah, do you agree with taking a wife as a captive of war, a wife of someone, okay? And do you agree with the ruling of Allah when He made her permissible in bed for you, the wife of someone else, of another man, while she was still married to him?
can I ask you something?
No,
What do you
I need
think
you
it-
to answer my question first before you
answering.
ask me a question. Answer my question first. Do you have a problem with it?
So I'm gonna answer you with a question.
Yeah, answer me
So-
with
Come
an
on, man.
answer, not with a
When you ask
question.
me a
Answer
question,
my
I answer
question,
you
please.
completely.
Look,
Like the
what
first
do you
my
think
question.
is worse generally? Do you think
No.
unaliving someone?
Answer my
or-
question. Answer my question. You taking someone else's wife, yeah,
In
and
the
you got the
context
halal
of war.
thumbs up from your God to sleep with her because her captivity, according to your God, is the annulment of her marriage with the kafir.
Right.
And you get
Okay,
the right
let's-
to lay with her.
because
Right,
she's
so the
now
point,
your actual possession. It's what your right hand possesses. So can you tell me, is this, do you agree with this morally or do you disagree with it? I'm just trying to
so this
understand.
is so I
It's a
have
yes
to.
or no. Do you agree with it or
Okay,
do you disagree with it? I
of
don't know.
course I
I
agree
don't
with
want
it
no comparisons.
because
You agree with it?
I agree with it, and can I tell you why?
Oh, okay. So you would do that if you were called, if the Islamic State was called, they called people like you to go and do jihad fi sabilillah. Okay, you would go out there, take someone else's wife, and lay with her. That's what you're saying you would do?
Why did you bring
Basically,
that
he'd be a
group into this
rapist.
conversation?
By the way, there's even narrations where it's permissible for you to fondle her while she's pregnant with her ex-husband from
Yes.
5 minutes ago. You can fondle her while she's pregnant of the other man's baby.
So look, if you want me to actually say why, like explain it, I can do that.
Can you explain to us why you're okay with that? Yeah, go ahead. You have the stage.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So this is under the context of war, and in case you're not aware, in war is brutal, right? People are unalived. People are
Unbelievable.
so you're no,
Fair,
listen,
fair,
you're trying to tell me that taking is so moral in war, but unaliving is okay. This is what
He
you
actually
how
said-
does this make sense?
He actually said that in the context of war, right? Unaliving somebody
You're trying to
and then
get a bad
raping
thing
somebody.
with-
Out of the two of us, out of those two choices, raping is the lesser
You're-
thing.
you're
So-
trying
Yeah,
to
the lesser
trying to
harm,
use,
yes.
No, it's not just better. It's not just better. It's ideal.
Of course.
It's the most
It's war.
ideal situation in that situation.
It's war. It's war. Therefore,
war, a
she
lot
can
of
come to my
things
house. I
happen.
can fondle her while pregnant.
yeah,
Can
yeah.
unalive people.
Can you 2 seconds? Can you make the logical leap? Can you explain to me the logical leap?
Yes, because so what do you think is worse, what you're saying or unaliving someone?
They don't have to be bundled. It's not a trio you buy at McDonald's. Okay? You can, now you're saying, it's war, it's war. Okay, it's war. You take her. Do you have to do everything that's the same? Fondling
Why
her
do you-
while pregnant, for
okay,
instance.
if you went
Why
to
does
war-
it being a war mean you can be a nasty, disgusting rat?
So if you went to war, would you unalive someone?
If I went to war, I would. Yes, I would. Then what?
Well, that makes well. How can you just?
Oh, wait. Yes, I would. Now bring me to the woman fondling her. Go ahead. Bring me the logical leap. Go ahead. Yes, I'm unaliving
What she's
because I'm in a
going,
war. Then what?
Please, I am pregnant. Please,
Yeah.
do not touch me.
Yeah, I'll tell her it doesn't matter. I'm in war. Okay on TikTok told me it's okay. I'm in war. I can fondle you while pregnant. Like, what kind of nonsense is this?
My baby, please, have mercy.
Look,
Do you not fear God? And then okay says,
I do not fear. I do not have anything to fear because Allah made you halal for me. Now, come.
no, please, I have a baby. Please, I do not want. No, I have a husband. Do you not fear God?
Which God? Your God is not God.
No, please, I beg you, I am a
What did Jesus call God? Like, what's the word that Jesus said for
Please
God?
don't go to
change the
Jesus. I
topic,
beg you.
dude.
Jesus would
Don't
slap
change
the
the
living
topic.
daylights out of you.
I don't-
Why did you jump the logic, not the topic? Explain to me the logical leap you made. Explain to me how being in a war allows you to being a nasty, disgusting rat with the captives. Go ahead.
Okay, so well, I can put
Wow.
it simply. God,
That gets
Allah
hard,
made
it's
me
not
become a
hard, it's
great
not
When
hard.
you think about it, it gets hard, huh?
it
Yeah,
does
yeah.
make
Imagine, I want you,
MashaAllah.
just as an exercise, imagine it's your daughter. Go ahead.
Why would I? So imagine it's my son that I'm
Wait.
unalive.
What's the issue? Wait, it's somebody's daughter, no? In your case,
so
if
it's
you
not
take her,
somebody's son that you're going to
it's somebody's
fight
daughter,
against.
yeah? Go ahead, think about it.
So would you fight against your own son and unalive him in the war? This is basically
How
what you're asking
amazing.
me.
How amazing.
Can you answer to me how you went from the logical leap of I'm in a war, therefore I can start fondling pregnant women and annul their marriage?
Okay, is it wrong to steal? Look, war is very different. It becomes okay to lie.
No,
What-
2 seconds, 2
wait,
seconds.
wait,
It's not even part of war anymore. Yeah, go ahead.
Let's try and put something in context. When you say war, you've got to understand that Islam
is always at war with non-Muslims, whether there is actual war or not. Because people in Islam, according to your Sharia and Fiqh, there's two types of people. People of the house of Islam, the Muslims, Dar al-Islam, and there is Dar al-Harb, okay? Dar al-Harb, okay? Which are the people who aren't Muslim, which you're supposed to be at war with 24/7, according to Allah. I can show it to you, okay? This is Jami' al-Kutub al-Islamiyya, al-Aqidah, Durus fi al-Tawheed. I can show you that you should always be at war with the Jews and the Christians. Therefore, when you say in the context of war, that does not apply because you're always at war with us. Doesn't make any difference.
I
Let's
don't
have a
think
look.
so.
Oh, you don't think so? Okay, let me teach you then.
So
Let
there
me
is
teach
no.
you. Since you don't know, brother, how about you learn? How about that?
Oh, there's. Okay, go
Would you
ahead.
like to learn what you're supposed to do? Lesson
Yeah.
3, the infidel whose blood, okay, is what?
No, what's
I
the
mean,
source of this? Firstly,
it's Jami' al-Kutub al-Islamiyya, okay? Lessons
what's
in
this?
monotheism, doctrine. This is your doctrine.
I
All
don't know
right.
what this is.
You will learn what this is. The
No, what's the
infidels on
source?
earth are of different types. The first category, they are the people of war who are the combatant infidels, someone asked. The combatant infidels are those who have no covenant or protection with the Muslims. If we have no covenant
So
with
they
you,
haven't.
we are considered combatant infidels. That's what we're considered, according to your Sharia. There is no covenant. If there is no covenant between the infidels and the Muslims, then they are what? The people of war. Even if war is not ongoing, everyone who does not have a covenant of safety with the Muslims is among the people of war with the Muslims. This is a matter of consensus, not a matter of ijtihad or the opinion of the majority. Rather, there is consensus on this, as Imam al-Tabari, may Allah have mercy on him, said in his interpretation of Jami' al-Bayan, he, Muhammad, okay, sorry, he al-Tabari said they unanimously agreed that if a polytheist were to hang the bark of all the trees of the sacred sanctuary around his neck or arm, this would not give him protection from being this word. If he had not previously received a covenant of protection or protection from the Muslims. He said, if a disbeliever were to take refuge in all the trees of the sacred sanctuary, which is Mecca, which it is forbidden to cut, and take refuge in all of them, this would not give him protection until the Muslims grant him protection. So the first category of infidels are the people of war, and the people of war are everyone who does not have protection from the Muslims, no covenant. Okay? So if I, a Christian, don't have a covenant with you, you're always at war with me, even
Yeah,
though I'm not your enemy.
basically saying. Is it not basically saying if there is no peace, there is war, which is pretty. It's not.
No. See, the
No, that's
problem
not what
is
it's saying.
you, the
That's not what it's
Sunnis,
saying.
you, the Sunnis, will always consider Jewish, Christian, and atheist nations as Dar al-Harb. They will always be considered a place of war for you. You are at 24 hours war with the Jews, the Christians, even your own parents, even your own family. You now, as a Sunni Muslim, are at war with your own father, with your own mother, with your own brothers and sisters. You are going to unalive family members before you even get to my house. Make sense?
I don't know how you got to that anyway.
No,
Okay, we got
that's
to
what it
that
means.
from Al-Mujadala. Wait, Al-Mujadala, this is a verse in your Quran, 22.
Say the verse.
Okay, we're going to read this to you so you can understand what Islam is really is about, because you don't seem to understand anything
know.
about it, to be honest, man. You have no
Why
knowledge.
did you completely ignore the word covenant? Why did you ignore that?
This is like,
There's
just
no
showed you
covenant.
that there is
There's no
with the
covenant
people you
there.
have no covenant with. Okay, like me, I don't have a covenant with you. I'm your enemy eternally. You stay unalive me, take my wife, take my kids, sell them, grape them, do as you please with them, because Allah made it halal in the Quran to do so.
Yeah.
Don't you understand the connection?
I do not know. Not at all. Look, so
Here is another verse.
let me
Here,
ask you,
chapter
one
58.
second. Mushroom, 1 second.
Yeah.
So apparently, okay, listen, you have a problem. And this seems clearer by the second. Since you've been a Muslim for 3 years, would it be safe to say that you haven't read the Quran in its entirety?
Um,
In its entirety. I
Have
don't
to think, yes or
would
no?
be
Not
the
in
answer.
one,
The
not
answer
in
would
one
be
time.
yes, I've read it.
I'm not sure.
No, I haven't.
I've read a lot of it. I don't know if I've read
Yeah,
everything.
that means you haven't read all of it, right?
No, because you don't read it all at the same time.
Please,
Like
please,
I
please,
might
please
have.
stop. Please stop. I was literally 11 years old by the time I finished reading the Quran. Okay? Memorized it as well.
Yeah.
So for you to tell me that you've been in Islam for 3 years and you don't know much about it, yet you're telling me, no, I've read most of it, but I didn't ask you if you read it. I said, have you read all of it? Understood all of it? No? Okay, thank you very much.
No, probably not, to be honest.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
So then
Watch this
you
verse.
have no reason
Have you
to
read the
assume
entire Bible?
that I'm listen to me. I've read the entire Bible. I know the Bible verse by verse, okay? I'm asking you about your Quran. This is not about a tukukwe. I'm asking you if you understand what we're telling you from your Quran. Your Quran is telling you to go on and lie to parents, your brothers. According to Sunnah Sharia, you are now in danger of becoming a mass murderer, and you'll start with your own family. Are you okay with that?
So the Prophet, did he
Are you
unalive
okay?
his own
Yes,
parents?
his
Now let me
Sahaba
show
also
you.
did that. They unalized
Let me
family.
show you. Let me show you. This chapter 58. Screenshot this, brother. This is Al-Mujadala, chapter 58, 22 of the Quran. Screenshot this for me. Say research it.
Okay, one second. Mm-hmm.
Screenshot it. Okay. What does it say? Let's have a look. You will not find the people who believe in Allah and the last day having affection for those who oppose Allah and His Messenger, like us, like me, Rita, everyone. Even if they were their fathers or their sons, and if your fathers and your sons are not no affection, or their brothers or they did, those He has inscribed within their hearts faith and supported them with spirit from Him, and He will admit them to gardens beneath which rivers flow to abide therein. Allah is pleased with them, and they are pleased with Him. Those are the party of Allah. Unquestionably, the party of Allah, they are the successful ones. Now, according to the Mufassirin, by the ijma' of the Mufassirin, okay, we see here from, for example, we have Tafsir al-Baghawi, Tafsir ibn Kathir, pick one, brother.
Let's go for Ibn Kathir.
All right, Ibn Kathir.
Yes.
Beautiful choice.
Okay.
A wheel speaking.
So, Tafsir ibn Kathir. He says here, meaning they will not have affection for those. I'm not reading the blue is the verse, okay? Because we just read it. They will not have affection for those who oppose them, even if they were their relatives. As Allah the Almighty said, let not the believers take disbelievers as allies rather than the believers. And whoever does that has nothing to do with Allah. Unless you fear them out of fear, yani be a hypocrite to them because you fear them, but you should not take them as allies. And Allah warns you of Himself. Yani Allah is teaching you here to be a hypocrite in the face of yani opposition, to be a hypocrite. If you fear them, then it's okay. But you should never consider them as allies. Now we continue to read. And Allah the Almighty said, say, if your fathers, your sons, your brothers, your wives, your kindred, the wealth that you have acquired, the commerce in which you feed decline, and the dwellings that with which you delight are dearer to you than Allah and His Messenger, and striving in His cause, this jihad, then wait until Allah brings about His decision. And Allah does not guide the definitely disobedient people. At-Tawbah 24. Now, here we read to the end, it was revealed about Abu Ubaidah Amir bin Abdullah ibn al-Jara. What did he do, this guy, this Sahabi? When he analyzed his father on the day of Badr. This is why Umar bin al-Khattab said when he made the matter
a shura after him regarding those 6. May Allah be pleased with them. And if Abu Ubaidah were alive, I would have made him my successor. Okay. Umar was so impressed that this guy analyzed his own father, okay, for Allah. It was said that his statement, and if they were their fathers, okay, was revealed regarding Abu Ubaidah, who analyzed his father on the day of Badr, or their sons regarding Abu Bakr, who was analyzing his son Abdul Rahman. Abu Bakr, the first Khalifa, analyzed his own son Abdul Rahman on that day. Regarding Mus'ab bin Umar, who analyzed his brother Ubaid ibn Umar on that day. Look how
This
many
is all in
Sahaba
all,
analyzed
by
each
the way.
other for the... Yeah, it's all... This is the Hurub al-Ridda, okay? Because they went out of Islam. Then all of your Sahaba analyzed their own relatives for the sake of Allah. What
This is
Rita told
literally
you
a
is
war.
correct.
Like,
Now, tell me something. If what is your
Now,
family Muslims as well?
Mushroom. No, they're not. Listen, Mushroom. He's looking forward to unaliving his father. I felt this shiver, down my neck. Like, I just felt like, okay, was considering maybe unaliving his father, his mother. Usually children who gravitate towards Sunni Islam are, those who feel unloved within their family dynamic, and they look for relationships outside their family. So, okay, why do you hate your father and mother?
I don't, you know,
Yes, you do. You're thinking about unaliving one of them, or maybe both of them. Why?
I think you're projecting, to be honest.
I am. Wow. Sunni Islam is commanding you to go unalive, slaughter your father and
listen,
mother. Look
this
at them
is
in their
literally in the
eyes